What do?
Hello. Welcome all to the Detroitcast with Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Hey, everybody.
How are you, my friend?
Great. I'm pleased to be with you.
Very good. How was your weekend?
It's great, man.
Pretty good.
Lost power early on.
Yes.
Put a damper on
You
things.
did?
Yeah.
Really? What day did you lose power?
Why are you so happy about that? This is brutal.
No, I lost it. We lost it for more than a
you
day.
did? Okay.
Really?
So I was curious.
No
Yeah.
generator at the
We have a
manor?
generator, but well, you know what? We have a generator.
Kick in immediately and take care of the manor?
Well, here's the thing: we have a generator, but my dad, we don't leave it on. We don't have enough or a good enough setup that we're gonna leave it on overnight. And so my dad goes to bed very early, even on Fridays. And so
So it's like, 9:30, good enough.
exactly,
Boom, turns it off.
dude. Exactly.
You've gotta be
9:30.
kidding
yes.
me.
My dad's sitting up in his bed.
Dude, that's criminal.
He can't trust you to walk out there and flip the switch.
I
Probably can't. What am I talking about?
Well,
Yeah.
it can't be that hard, but I mean,
No, it's not.
It's literally a switch.
yeah. So anyway, we're sitting here, and it's like 9 o'clock rolls around, and I hear like, gonna turn it off in a half an hour. I'm like, I'm not even fucking close to being able to go to bed, and it's
no.
like my phone doesn't have the service if you don't have Wi-Fi in my.
Is it like ours? Like the one we have here?
I mean, it's
The
a nice generator.
Ours
I
is
guess, but
hardwired in to the circuit board. Yours might not be, Aegis. You run extensions to it.
I guess he does. Yeah.
So only certain things stay
Yes.
on.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I mean, he does it. I mean, it was liberal. I mean, I was in the basement for hours watching Netflix still and stuff. But then he's
he
like,
decided it's
we're
done.
shutting it down, and I'm just in there like,
What?
What am I gonna do? I'm not someone. For one, I need to sleep with like something on it. It doesn't have to be TV. It can be the radio. A lot of times I listen to 97.1 just because I need some audio. And so it's like
So
9:30.
did you go get your big double D batteries and put it in your jam box?
I'm just
There
gonna
you
sit
go.
in my bed in the dark and stare
Yes.
at the wall.
Get your Sony Walkman out, dude. Throw a
So
cassette
I
in there.
fucking
It's like Little House on the Prairie.
well, I started
Colonial times.
thinking around, and I fucking last minute, I kind of called the Kennedys up. I called my friend's dad, Mr. Kennedy. I'm like, yo, what are you guys up to tonight? Do you mind if I come and crash? And I did. That's what I ended up doing.
Really?
But, yeah.
I'm a little confused. I didn't realize people shut their generators off at night. Is that common?
I don't know, honestly. I really don't know if most people do it or if just I don't know if he's trying to be cheap or if there's a reason in
Get
his
it? I mean, you're
mind.
just burning gas. Like it was
Yeah.
cool enough out. Just open the windows and go to sleep.
Well, he doesn't
But why
need-
not let
yeah,
Aegis turn it off
well,
2 hours later?
Well,
Right,
he doesn't.
right.
That's the thing. He doesn't care. Like the thing is, my dad again goes to bed so early. Like if he could have done it at 11, even I could have dealt with 11. I could have,
Yeah.
Whatever. But
You
9:30. I'm just
From
gonna,
9:30 to
Yeah,
midnight.
forget it,
till
dude. I would have gone to a
Consider
hotel
stay-
before doing that.
I thought about it, to be honest with you. I just don't want to spend. I don't really have the money that I should have done that. But I certainly thought about it. I was like, and then I was like, oh, the Kennedys, and I fucking called the.
Yeah, it's the
Kennedys
worst
up.
feeling ever. We lost it early in the day, man. Like late afternoon on Friday.
Just because of the rain, the storms. I mean,
Yep.
it seemed like it stormed like crazy.
First
last
bit of
week
storms that came through, boom, it was out, and we're like, okay,
Yeah, for a
it's-
little
it's
bit,
gonna-
it's kind of like
10 minutes, it'll be back on, everything's
Yeah.
clear. No, it was out. And so I found myself playing cards with the sweet pie and
Yeah.
Gab like
At candlelight?
Yeah, candlelight, lantern light,
Yeah,
until
yeah.
bedtime.
Shoot, I'm the one that usually loses the power, not
True.
you guys.
That is true.
And it was, although it must have flickered at some point because I came downstairs and
All the clocks.
clock on the microwave was just dashes, which is a dead giveaway.
Dead giveaway.
Dead giveaway that something
Unmistakable.
nefarious went on around here.
It was so annoying. It was one of I don't know if you know how widespread yours was, but like I was like I pulled out my road,
Yeah.
Sleeth Road. I went down the road and the light was on, and I'm the flat, like the stoplights on. I'm like,
Same with
fuck,
us.
man,
That's so
fuck,
frustrating.
man.
Yeah.
It's right there. People have light and power, and now
Yeah.
I'm fucking
No, when when Franklin goes out, it's literally like every house in Franklin is out. We're all on the same.
Not like
whatever.
one street, but not
no.
the
But I
other.
get down to Ray's gas station down there, and it's like, the lights are on, everything's fine. And it's like you get one block from
son
Ray,
of a bitch.
and it's like, poof, everything's done.
Yeah, so I lost power on Friday. I went to the Spartans game on Saturday.
Ooh.
So, the weekend was
Oh,
just
off to a good start. Yeah.
Perfect.
Sparty looked good. How'd the
God.
band look?
Yeah, they were fine. Again, if there was some way that I could get tickets to just come in at halftime and then leave and give them
Yeah.
to somebody else, but
Are you going to be able to do this for 4 years?
I don't know, dude.
I mean, honestly,
It's-
you're going to have to pick and choose.
I
Like,
would it be wrong of me to take a book? Like that lady who knits at the Wings games?
Yes,
Can
yeah.
I take a book? Can I get away with taking a book?
Can you?
I would
if I were you-
definitely be on the
guy,
big
If,
screen.
if
right?
I were you,
You
I'd-
would.
Somebody would spot me and be like, "What an asshole!"
Yeah, you'd look like a dick.
I just
Well,
can't do
to
it,
be honest,
dude.
I think reading. You're probably way more. You're a focused guy. Maybe you could do it. I would have I get the idea, but I'd have to do like an audible thing.
no,
and,
no,
like,
no.
play them
I
through.
could read during
Oh my
that.
God.
I'm not
Well,
kidding you.
I couldn't
why?
do it.
Why? What's preventing you from showing up for halftime and then leaving?
Well, I don't want to. I mean, because there's the post game too. There's pregame, halftime, post game.
So show up at halftime, do the band, and then hang out with them
the
after.
pregame is really cool too.
Yeah, nothing says you got to go in the stadium though.
I know.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
If you want to see any of it, you kind of do.
Oh, the pregame, you have to go into
Yeah,
the
the
stadium.
pregame is
Oh, okay.
in the
Yeah,
stadium.
I guess that makes sense.
So
yeah, you're kinda screwed.
Yeah, that was tough, dude. They have a worse than average offense, I would say. I would say you could typically give up 10 points and think you're probably gonna have a good chance in that game.
Yeah.
Right?
What did they do? Did they?
They committed
a-
a penalty on every other play.
Yeah, I
It's
didn't watch it.
unbelievable.
I saw the scroll because I was recording it, and I saw the scroll, and I was
And
like,
you're no, I'm not watching.
you know what?
this.
I'm in the middle of watching this series on Hulu on the recording process through the history of time, like music recording, and I'm like, no,
More
I'm not
interesting.
tuning into a 3-0 game in the
Yes,
third or
good
whatever
for
the
you.
fuck it was.
Good
No,
for you.
I'm not doing it. I don't care enough
It
about
was
these
exactly
teams.
that. It was 3-0 in the third.
Oh my God! Oh my
Yeah.
God!
And it ended what 10
And
to
the
7.
Spartans went up 7-3. and
Football's
then-
such a great sport.
It is, isn't it,
Dude.
Wow. It was tough, dude. But not just the low scoring, but it was
Penalties,
It was just,
penalties,
dude,
penalties.
There was penalties, and the rhythm of the timeouts was so. It was like the last quarter took forever. I'm just like, oh my God! And then we had this unbelievable family behind us. The guy was just resigned to chant "liar, liar" for any flag that was thrown against the Spartans.
You know,
The refs are liars. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, do you know anything about the Spartans? They are prone to commit penalties over the years. I mean,
Well,
this,
Well, and they couldn't. If anything,
you know
they're
what
not
happened.
lying.
though.
They're. I mean,
you know why that came to be. He obviously tossed out liar at some point in a probably just spur of the moment. Fucking liars!
Right.
And he got a great reaction
yeah,
from
he
the
got
crowd
nothing.
around him.
He got nothing from Section 120.
Yeah, and he's been for possibly seasons now,
Yeah.
trying to reignite the,
The remarkable
liar.
thing, though, was he had like a Big E kid, sort of like a 14, 15-year-old. No offense, Big E, but the kid with kind of an off-putting voice.
Yeah.
And I bet it was what E was like, minus the face paint. I mean, he was
Yeah.
just like, he was in it. He was like, that's bull crap, ref! You know, just going crazy.
So
And
he's-
so he had his little buddy
He's
with
passed that
him.
down to his little buddy.
But then, dude, he had a wife who 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100, the wife is going to be like, all right, Daryl, just cool
Yeah.
it, all right? Enough
down.
of the
She was
lie.
in.
She was all in, man.
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
good thing.
Liar, liar.
What a family.
yeah, they found
God.
each other.
Dude.
Now that's true love, though.
They had 2 kids in addition to the Big E kid, probably under 5, maybe 3 and 2 years old, both of them shoeless. Shoeless at a football game.
What kind of
Shoeless!
circus were you at?
I was in section 120. Look it up, E.
Where's 120?
Nosebleeds.
Really?
Yeah.
See,
Cheap
120, I
seats,
would
baby.
think that's a
It's the cheap seats.
sounds like a really good section.
It
but no.
was brutal. I'm like,
So-
get me out of here, man.
That is a family that will be together forever.
Yeah. Oh, they
Like they
got their
found
thing.
each other, and like I'm trying to think of any girlfriend I've ever had.
Who would
First-
get in on that?
Yes.
Yeah. Nobody's
No.
chanting liar to a ref with
No.
you. Nobody.
Well, especially
No.
if you're up in the upper level.
Yeah. Especially when we couldn't see shit in terms of like
Right.
whether that's a valid call or not. It's like, shut up, dude.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're
I know,
looking at
it's-
it on replay on a video screen, and we're like, we're
Yeah.
2 miles away. Shut up. This is so
Dude.
ridiculous.
Football fans are they're just a different breed. You know, I was watching, you know, as I was prepping this morning, I had the pregame on, you know, with Wojo and
Lions.
Samuelson and Dan Miller and them, and they sent it out into the, you know, Ryan Armani or something who's hanging out with the tailgaters who
Or
are
at
there
Eastern Market or something.
really early.
Yeah.
They're there, and they've all got a beer in their hand, and these
Woo!
these are the guys that are.
It's a home opener.
Yeah, it's the home opener, cans of beer, everybody's face is painted, wigs are being worn.
Yeah.
You know,
I
and it's
I
just-
actually miss carrying like that. I'm not going to go back anytime soon, but I do miss carrying that much. I do miss like the ritual of putting the face paint on.
it's
I really
just-
do.
It's just a weird.
Well, E,
but-
you put your toe in the water this weekend, and we'll get to this in a second. You might be on a
Exactly.
different route here.
Exactly.
But these guys,
think
hold on. Jesus, we'll get there. Fucking let me finish my story. For Christ's sakes, you're killing me. So they start this whole group of fucking people, all with their faces painted, wigs on, beers. It's like 10 in the morning.
God
Start
bless
chanting.
them. God bless
They're
them.
chanting "Youper" or "Yoop," like all in one. I'm like, what?
Huh? What? Youper?
It's apparently a nod to Fred, whatever that died this last week.
Oh, dude, we know this guy, or we know the niece of this guy. Yeah, she was telling Gab about this. She's like, yeah, my uncle would drive from the UP like to every game.
Really?
Yeah, this guy existed. Seriously.
And there's this woman in the front, you know, like next to the reporter, with this it's kind of a chubby face and a fucking hat and wig thing, and fully painted,
Yeah.
and just like eyes closed, nodding, like praying up to the heavens while they're
For Yoop?
chanting "Yoop, Yoop, Yoop, Yoop," and I'm just like.
Man.
It's a crew, and then I'm watching the Lions forward down the field. Big with Super Bowl, dude. We are Super Bowl bound. I'm telling you.
Yeah, maybe.
This team looked good.
they did.
No, they didn't. But they fucking won. We'll take
I
a win
know.
when we can get a win. They beat the Chargers.
They're undefeated.
Actually, the Chargers beat the Chargers, and so the Lions will take a win. They are undefeated at this point.
One last comment on the Spartan game. Most exciting thing that happened to me the whole time. I had a massive praying mantis land on my hoodie.
What?
Yeah, and Gab and Sweet Pie they dove backward, ah! Like that. Ah, ah! And I'm
They
like,
won't hurt
what,
ya.
What? I didn't know what was on me, and they're just pointing, and a lady behind me. Oh, don't worry, it's a praying mantis. I'm like, oh, okay, and the thing kind of flutters off, and I had it on my finger for a minute. I was gonna take it home. He was my buddy, and then
Really?
dude, you ever see those things take off flying?
Are they the ones that bite the head off the?
Yes, the
Yeah.
female bites the head off the male.
Were you worried at all if that was a female dude?
I wasn't
mean,
worried about my finger.
Yeah.
But he took flight. She took flight. It was a majestic beast.
They creep me out, man. Those triangle-looking heads and
I don't have a problem with them.
Really?
Yeah, those are majestic, as stated. But
Creep
that
me
was
out a
it,
little
man.
bit.
Other than that, I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Spartans. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Keep going to the games.
Well, I have to.
I know you don't have much of a choice.
God
I mean,
damn it.
can you sit your boy down and just be like, look,
We'll
Man,
see you
Fred.
after.
I mean, please understand. You know how much I love you, son, but
He would. It's more his mother. His
Yeah.
mother needs to be there.
yeah, I guess. What were you trying to say, E?
Fuck, dude. I don't know. I was talking about the face. We were talking about face painting. I think that was gonna. I was just saying that was gonna lead into the fact that, dude, soccer fans are as crazy as football fans. So there's no
Did
reason.
you go to your game?
I did.
He did.
You did
Yeah,
Saturday?
I did. Yeah.
He went to his
Attaboy.
fan group in
Yeah.
Royal Oak.
It
Were
was-
you accepted?
I didn't talk to anybody in the end, to be honest with you.
Really?
I don't know. I had to do it one time maybe to even because there's just so much. So like, here's the thing. Like we read on the show, we said on the show, guy says like, oh, they're gonna be open. You're gonna watch. This is where they meet. Well, the game's at 10 a.m. The bar opens at 11, but I didn't look into it other than that fan saying that this is where you go. So I showed up at like 9:45, and I kind of looked in there, and there were still tables, up on the chairs,
chairs
and
up
I'm
on
kind of
the
like,
tables. Yeah.
fuck, is this something weird? Where like, yeah, this is the viewing place, but it's only after 11. Like they don't open early for this or something. And I did like a lap around. I'm like, let me check one more time, and then I did see some person with a blue shirt walk into the bar. And so, yeah, when I walked in there, it was like the rest of the bar was completely closed. They just had this one TV that they
So
hooked
they
up to the
opened
game.
for 10, so those guys can
Yeah.
come in. Okay, I was
And-
going to
Oh
say,
my
that's
gosh.
weird, dude.
And
if you open at 11 and people are the game
Yeah.
starts at 10,
That's
that
what I
would
was thinking.
suck.
I remember sitting there. I'm like, so this is the official viewing place, but do people just normally like, well, yep, we only get to watch the second
Yeah,
half.
we're an hour in.
Yeah. I mean, were they allowed to drink and stuff?
We were allowed to drink, but we were not allowed to get food until 11. But they took drink orders and stuff. And so I just went and I got there lucky enough, like still a little early enough, like about 5 minutes before game time. There was a table, like a high top, that I sat by myself against the wall.
So there was a pretty good crowd then.
There was 35 people ish,
Yeah.
maybe 40 even.
Yeah.
It was
That's what they said in the paper.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
was-
unless it's like a big fucking match.
I'm going back for sure.
Yeah, he texted me a picture. He's like, "You'll never guess where I am." I'm like, "Oh shit, you're there."
Well, I have people screenshotting me pictures of the score of my Tottenham.
Yeah.
My cock and ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we won 3-0.
Good.
I
won
understand it was
5-2 though. So.
3-0.
3-0. I think we won 3-0. That's the last screenshot I got.
He had a real barn burner, 5-2.
5-2. I mean,
Wow, was it
yeah.
exciting?
Were
you cheering?
Well,
Were you into it?
Jay actually asked me that, and I felt they scored 5 goals, and everyone went crazy, and I really didn't. But it was like I just felt a little weird. These guys were, dude. They weren't just there. Like almost everyone had a jersey and like a nice jersey. It was not just like casual. Like I just wore a nondescript kind of T-shirt, and everybody else had full-on Chelsea jerseys and stuff.
So did you feel like they could have been more welcoming, inviting?
Yeah, I would say it was.
Yeah,
I
'cause that's what
probably
I'm
a little
picking
bit.
up. That's
I
what I'm
would
picking
say
up.
I got to be honest with you. I would lean maybe over to someone.
Well, in their
by myself,
defense,
but-
man, they got this Starbelly Sneech-looking motherfucker walking
Yeah.
without a Chelsea shirt.
I know. I
You
understand.
They don't know who
For
you
sure.
are.
No,
And
not even a hat.
But why
no
would I?
face
I mean, I'm
paint.
clearly there to
They don't
watch
know
the
who this
game.
bloke is.
I'm clearly there to watch the game, though. But having said that, so when it came to like cheering and stuff, I kind of clapped whenever, but they were all like, yeah, or whatever and stuff. I kind of just
See,
clapped.
what
but-
did you think? I mean, because you had 5 opportunities
My
to
worry-
to stand out.
I know.
Do you think if you would have went ape shit, maybe take your pants off and run around the bar really quick, like you could have endeared yourself to them? They would have gone like, "Oh, this guy's in." But if you're sitting there like a bump on a log, just
I know.
kinda
Yeah, I don't
golf
blame
clapping
him for
along. I
ignoring
mean,
I know you're right. My worry though, my self-conscious insecurity is that I don't know that much. I don't know any names of the players. I don't really know the rules.
all right.
I know, but I'm saying I felt like if I started getting like hell yeah or something like that, then someone might be like, yeah, what do you think about Johnson or something? And I'd just be like, I don't fucking know who
I'm
that
just
is.
dipping my toe in, man. I'm just getting into it. Just getting full.
I
All you
know.
gotta do is follow their lead. Once one guy goes, "Oh, bullshit," you go, "Yeah, bullshit."
Yeah, what was that? That was
God.
a yellow card. Come on.
Wow. Do you guys believe what we're seeing here? This is outrageous.
I'll be back,
I mean,
though.
you know
I
the
know.
basic flow of the sport.
Yeah.
Follow their lead. When they cheer, you cheer. When they scream and yell and throw shit, you do the same.
I'll say this. I'll be back 100%. Several times, by the way. I will be back. I do think, like, the time that their game is, like, you could have watched yours. Yours was on TV. You were watching it. Mine was not on
was
TV.
not,
You had
but
that.
yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I was not watching it.
Okay, well, fine, but it was on TV. If mine was on the package, I do think if I had a time where it was on TV, I would watch it from home, not because I don't want to be at the bar, not because I don't want to have
You
the
want to
atmos-
check it out first.
I want to really hear the actual commentary. I want to kind of maybe get a little more knowledge of what's happening, I guess, or I don't know. But
What do you know? Soccer, the basics, right?
I mean, I
No
know you want to
hands,
score
Steve.
goals.
No
I
hands.
don't
No
even know
hands.
What,
You
no
know-
hands on
you
a
know what
goal.
offsides is?
No,
You know what a-
fuck no, I don't know what offsides is.
Offside.
I don't know
Yeah,
what- I don't know what-
offsides. Offsides.
I don't know what
Singular.
offside is.
Do you know what a corner kick is? A goal
yeah,
kick?
I know what a corner kick is, I guess. I don't know what offside is at all. I have no idea what
Yeah,
that
you got to
is.
learn that. That's really
Yeah, that's
important.
really a key.
important.
I know.
It's a key. It's kind of like hockey.
Yep.
Oh, is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll be back, though. It was fun, and I'll definitely be back.
I mean, I'm sure Jay could print off some rules for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
I'll
little,
give you some
pamphlet.
terminology to
Yeah.
draw too. Like, the pitch looks beautiful today, doesn't it, fellas?
Well, I could have said that, I guess.
Oh, an ambitious shot.
And I will say,
You know, if you start saying stuff like, once he gets inside the 18, he's got to let that thing go. He's just got to let that thing go.
No, you say once he gets into the penalty area. You don't say the 18.
18,
They'll
well,
look at
for-
you like,
What's wrong
18?
with the 18, man?
That's not how it's referred to around the world, man. It's the penalty area.
Well, it's better than not knowing what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
well, I will say another thing that kind of came positive out of it in the end. I haven't talked about it much, but I hadn't talked to TCG in like 2 months. For some reason,
Tai Chung Gross
Right,
went?
Yeah, and
He
it's
went
been a
with
weird-
you?
No, but it's been a weird standoff of like I wasn't going to text him because I was mad at him, kind of for
Yeah,
kind
sure.
of.
But this is common ground. TCG
And
likes
that's
soccer.
exactly. So I finally was like, you know what? This is a way to be the better man and text. Like,
Boy,
reach
that's
out.
really girly, dude. You're like ghosting him. You're not speaking to him
Well,
because you're mad at him.
Well, dude, you know, he had 3 times in the last few months. The last time I talked to him was the Saturday that I went to the PGA, like fire, whatever that PGA thing was in Detroit. Anyway.
Oh, the one we all went to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was supposed to go with me like all week. He's like, hey, I should go to this, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. I have tickets and stuff. And then he was gonna come with me to go there. And then Saturday, he's like, let's meet at 7:30. I'm like, yep, I'm ready to go. 7:30, 8, 9,
Yeah.
Eventually then it's like, oh, I slept in. I'm like, oh, you still want to go? Just go by yourself. Don't worry about it. And I was like,
Yeah, that's a dick move.
Fuck you, man. And so I hadn't talked to him since then because I was just kind of like, you know, and he had 3 times in the last few months before that we had plans that he just ended up last minute going, hey, you know what, I think we're gonna whatever, just ditched me on those
Did you ever
plans.
call him out on it?
I don't know.
Did you ever go, dude, I'm inviting you to this thing. You're telling me now you're going to go.
No, because
Don't fuck me over
I don't-
tomorrow. I mean, if you're even on the fence, I'll invite someone else. But
I you know what, I don't, because I always try to, I guess, be nice and get benefit of the doubt still. But
How's that
Go
working
over
for
to
you?
his house, put a jam box above your head, stand
you
there,
go.
press play.
there you go.
Well, anyway,
Say
every
anything?
Time. Works every time.
Does that say
Yes.
anything? Yeah.
well, anyway, I
Peter
was
Gabriel on the jam box?
Cusack-ian, but you know you can pull
Yeah.
it off.
I'd been sitting there. I'd
Cusack-ian.
been sitting there for the last week or so. I even talked to my sister about it. I'm like, I don't know what to do right now because you know what? I'm kind of mad, but on the same hand, I don't want to fucking not see this guy ever again in my life. So this was
there
you go.
this was a
That's well
perfect
put,
time
yes.
where I was like, hey, I don't know. I just like, hey, dude, you'd be proud of me. I'm in Royal Oak watching a Premier League game at a bar, and it was a good olive branch to reach out. So
There
I
you
think
go.
we're gonna hang out. We're gonna go to one of these together. I think.
All right.
Probably aren't, but
I mean,
his track record. But
true.
you know,
he says
hey
so.
man, Charlie, I will encourage you to keep trying to kick that football.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
To Tai Chung Gross is your Lucy.
I know.
But you'll get there. Before we get into a lot of things, I like to check Twitter real quick before we go on to see if anything is going on in the Twitter sphere. And I saw corn dog,
Corn pop.
corn pop trending, and I was like, corn pop, what is that? And I pull it up, and it's Joe Biden related, and I'm like, what is he doing? And it's an older clip. It's from 2017.
He's not trying to eat corn pops with those dentures, is he?
No. We'll get to that video in a second, though. No, it's some story he tells. You know, he's trying to, get in with the black community, and he was apparently a pool boy or something, lifeguard at some, like, traditionally all-black pool.
Corn pop was?
No, Biden was,
Okay,
and he
yeah.
got into it with Corn Pop.
Oh.
A gang banger or some bad dude, bad hombre there. And he's telling this story, and I'm like,
Picture this.
yeah.
Biden's
Dude,
a lifeguard at an all-black pool.
Yeah.
In his teenage years.
yeah, it's like
Presumably.
1960
This
or
isn't like-
something.
okay.
Yeah.
This isn't what he's been doing the last 2 years.
No, it's not. This goes back a couple of years. There was a ceremony at this old pool that he used to be a lifeguard at. It was the Brown Burton Winchester Park, and that park has a community pool there, and it was being renamed the Joseph R. Biden Jr. Aquatic Center. And so that's why he's giving this speech. And I start watching this thing, and I'm like, sir, if you think anyone knows what the fuck you're talking about right now, you sound so old. I don't know if he's a member of the Sharks or the Jets in this video, but he's trying to
Look
come
at his
up.
unbuttoned shirt, huh?
And look at the kids around him with their goggles on, ready to go for a dip, nice refreshing dip in the pool, and this old ass white man. And I don't know why I don't remember this clip.
This is how he goes casual. Look at this. These
Yeah.
nerdy dorks.
By the pool,
Yeah.
by the way. He's by the pool.
Yeah,
so
he's at the
the pool.
pool. I'm going to unbutton 2 buttons.
Why
That's,
can't-
that's cash for me.
Yeah.
Could he not?
Still got the sport coat though.
Yeah.
And you know that shit's tucked in, and there's a nice belt,
course,
some loafers.
Could he not? Honestly, I don't even know because I'm a person who likes to wear sweatpants. But as a politician in this setting by a pool, could he honestly go T-shirt and something for real?
No.
What could he do with
I
the
would
most?
argue
That
he
man,
can.
that man cannot be seen
Okay,
in a
yeah,
t-shirt.
he might
Okay,
not
but
even
what,
own one.
if it was a politician, just a general politician,
Well,
what's
if
the
we're
loose
talking Yang,
Beto-
I mean, Yang gets up there with an unbuttoned shirt, a button-down shirt, no tie for the debates. He would
could-
definitely be in like a.
Could he be in? Could someone be in
Tommy
board shorts
Bahama.
or something?
Beto
I mean,
O'Rourke could get up there in a Bart Simpson "Eat My Shorts" man
Beto.
T-shirt with board shorts.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could see him doing that, but he's just a douche. Go ahead, let's hear Biden retell this great story, perfect for the age group of people he's with too.
Yeah, he's with a bunch of
And I
teenage kids.
learned that it makes a difference. This was the diving board area, and I was one of the guards, and they weren't allowed to. It was a 3-meter board. And if you fell off sideways, you landed on the darn cement over there.
Yeah, that
And
would
Corn
be
Pop was
for
a
any
bad
diving board.
dude.
Corn Pop
And
was
he
a
ran
bad
a
dude.
bunch of bad boys. And I did. And back in those days, to show how things have changed, one of the things you had to use, if you used pomade in your hair, you had to wear a bathing cap.
What?
And so
Pomade
he
in
was
your
up
hair?
on the board, wouldn't listen to me. I said, hey, Esther, you, off the board, or I'll come up and drag you off. Well, he came off, and he said, I'll meet you outside. My car, these were all public housing behind it. My car, there was a gate out here.
kids don't give
I
a
parked my
shit.
car outside the gate. And he
the
said,
point of
I'll
the
be waiting
story.
for you. He was waiting for 3 guys in straight razors.
Straight
Not a
razors.
joke. There was a guy named Bill Wright, Mouse, the only white guy, and he did all the pools. He was the mechanic. And I said, what am I going to do? He said, come down here in the basement where
Back
the
of his head is so
where all
flat.
the pool filter is.
Oh my God.
You know the chain? There used to be a chain that went
What is
across.
You know the
deep
chain?
end.
Wow.
And he cut off
Listen
a
to this.
6-foot length of chain. He folded up. He said, you walk out with that chain. And you walk to the car and say, you may cut me, man, but I'm going to wrap this chain around your head. I said, you're kidding me.
What is going on?
He said, no, if you don't come back. And he was right. So I walked out with the chain. And I walked up to my car. And they had, those days, you used to remember the straight razor. You'd bang them on the curb, get them
No.
rusty, put them in the rain barrel.
No,
get 'em rusty.
no, we don't remember
And I
that.
looked
No,
at him.
you remember?
But I was smart then. I said, first of all, I said, when I
These
tell you
kids
get
in the
off the
background.
board, you get off the board, and I'll kick you out again. But I shouldn't have called you, Esther Williams. I apologize for that. I apologize. But I didn't know that apology was going to work.
Holy
He
shit.
said, you
What
apologize
is
to me?
going on?
I said, I apologize for that. Not for throwing you out, but I apologize for what I said. He said, okay, close the straight razor, and my heart began to beat again.
Straight
What was
razor.
the point of that
You,
story?
you all remember the straight razor? You bang it on the curb, and then you get it rusty, dip it in the rusty bucket.
Haven't we all smiled nervously at a grandpa as he tells a story
Yeah.
like that? Sort of like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Laughed along with him.
Y'all remember the straight razors? You'd bang it on the curb there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
sure, Grandpa.
Definitely.
He went down in the basement. They cut him a 6-foot chain, and he's supposed to go out there. This is the Sharks and the Jets. He's going to be out there and
Yeah.
whip the chain around and take Corn Pop and wrap it around Corn Pop's head.
God, there are some characters in our politics today, aren't there?
Did you happen to? You probably didn't watch a minute of it.
I saw the highlights of the Democrat debate. Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, unbelievable.
I mean,
some of that.
fucking hilarious. It was comical. Like trying to one up each other on how outrageously absurd they could be.
Mm-hmm.
It was hilarious. I didn't watch all of it. You know, I think at one point, who was it? Cory Booker was talking about his old boy T-Bone.
Oh, I didn't
You
see
know,
that.
yeah, you know, I mean, lots of T-bones when you're in the upper crust of the community, like a kid growing up with 2 executives from IBM who goes to Stanford, Yale, Harvard,
Yeah.
and all that. A lot of T-bones in your hood, Corey. But yeah, at one point, all of a sudden, Joe Biden's teeth just like fell out of his head. And
Did you notice this live as you were watching it?
I noticed it live, and I looked at T-Ray and I went,
What was
did his
that?
teeth just fall out of his head? I think his teeth just fell out of his head. And he went,
great.
no way. And we backed it up a couple times. It was like, holy shit,
Yeah.
dude. I don't know what that was. Go ahead. You got a video of it?
If you couldn't get it done after Sandy Hook, why should voters give you another chance?
Because it got done before. I mean,
Oh, shit. Got it done before.
Get it done after Sandy Hook, why should voters give you another chance?
Because it got done before. I'm the only one up here.
There's
ever
no
beat the
question
NRA.
that's what happened.
Yeah.
His dentures came out.
Troy's
There's
like, no.
zero question.
He's got a mint in his mouth. I'm like,
No, no,
that's
no.
not a mint, dude.
Yep.
That's not a mint. His teeth popped out of his fucking
poly
head.
grip or whatever let go,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, the Polydent.
And he just had to like press him back.
Aren't you supposed to Polydent it and forget it? I mean, isn't
I think
that...
that's what we've been told. Yeah.
I mean, we've all seen it where they stick it right, the Polydent right onto the fucking
that
teeth.
is what we've been told, and then they lift.
Yeah. Fix it. No, or is it fix it and forget it? It might be fix it and forget it. He needs to switch to fix it and forget it because
Unbelievable.
that was fucking hilarious.
And you got Bernie just yelling at people still. Beto being Beto.
Beto.
Yeah, I'm gonna take away your ARs.
Yeah. He said that to someone. He said that online. He was like, "You better believe I'm coming to take your AR-15s." And some other congressman wrote, "Yeah, I'll be at home waiting for you to come take with my AR, waiting for you to come take it."
He was
Beto.
like, "That's a death threat."
That's a death threat. That's a death threat. Shut up,
nuts.
you fucking toddler pussy. You are not taking anyone's AR-15. Beto, Roberto, douche. Fucking, what do you do? Are you employed right now, or are you just, this is your job, Beto?
Yeah, that's what he does.
This is what he does, because he's a former congressman of some sort.
Yes, man.
Yeah. God, these guys are just clowns. Anyway, back to Biden and Corn Pop.
Yeah, yeah.
He's long claimed that he had applied to be a lifeguard at the pool to better understand Black America. So he was trying to do, and wrote in his memoir that Corn Pop often tormented him at the pool. For example, Corn Pop, he was a purported leader of a gang there called the Romans, and he would insult Biden's mother to distract him so that other people could sneak into the pool. So he knew he could get Biden's goat so easily just by going, yeah, I think I'm going to bang your mom this weekend. And Biden would get all hot on the collar.
No, you won't.
Puff
No, you
up, go,
won't.
oh, you corn dog, you may have gotten me this time.
That's
corn
like from a
corn
fucking
pop.
movie.
Yeah.
The notion that you know what I mean, like he's sitting there hassling him and then just sneaking by other dudes behind. Like that's not even real.
Well, immediately after that story, the corn pop
yeah,
one,
yeah.
the CNN and all the reporters were like, we need to find Corn Pop and validate this story. It turns out Corn Pop was a dude. He passed away. Unfortunately, we lost Corn Pop in 2016 at the age of 73.
Of course we did. We lost all of Biden's peers. The dude's like 86 years old.
I
man.
know, right? They're all dead now. A former Wilmington mayor confirmed that the individual was the same one Biden was referring to. Additionally, a gang called the Romans did exist, they found.
Okay.
So there's some truth to that
Okay.
horrifically stupid and lame story. Read The Room, Joseph. Read The Room.
Just kept
Clueless,
talking.
man.
He just kept talking. Like when he's out there with a chain, that's where I lost it. Like, I remember there used to be a chain back here. These 8-year-old kids.
Yo,
behind him.
you remember when you banged the razor around the rock on the curb?
Well, along those lines, did you guys hear when he started talking about put the record player on at night for the kids to learn? Did you hear that during the debate?
Yes.
His point was like underprivileged kids don't hear enough words. Like their
Right.
parents, affluent parents tend to talk to their kids more, right? And so they just hear the
Yeah.
language more as kids. Underprivileged kids don't, and so I guess there's some some program to get people to play. I don't know, like some recording at night or something.
And he
so that-
referenced that there being a record.
And he referenced it like, yeah, put the record player on. The record player.
Yeah, put the needle on the wax. Dude, it's just
Do you think he knows what a smartphone is? Like I mean, or how much? Wait, he knows what it is. But I wonder how much if you really sat there with him in an empty room and gave him his iPhone, what could he do on
Yeah.
it?
Show me what you got, Joe.
Like,
Yeah.
Well,
could he get to Twitter?
You know, do you blame him? Like, he's how old he is, 83, 86, whatever he is. Like, at some point, we've learned what we're going to learn. You know what I mean? Like, I'm into what it's pretty well established what I'm into. I'm not going to pick up a new genre of music or style of something at this point. You know what I mean?
Really? You're not? You're too young for that, Mike.
Biden, dude,
too
I'm in the
old.
last leg.
Oh, my God.
of the race.
40s is too young.
But I just feel like,
too old?
you know, I know what I like and what I do, and I'll probably be referencing shit, you know, like.
Someone once said you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I
Yeah,
think
I've
that's
heard that.
where we have Biden. The
Yeah.
old dog.
Well, then
But
he shouldn't
he's
be.
going to keep gaffing like this, though. The record player, really?
Yeah.
I mean, I might reference Napster. You know what I mean? Like that. But in 40 years, people are like, did he just reference Napster?
Oh, my God, he said Napster.
Holy shit!
I think even now a Napster reference would be kind of.
I use BearShare, so you know.
There you go.
No, but even sorry, Jay.
Yeah, Twin Peaks, your ultimate sports lodge with a menu to match. Pair any of their made-from-scratch menu items with a frosty 29-degree draft beer served by a beautiful Twin Peaks girl, and you're in for a legendary sports watching experience. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
Just because he's old, you're right. I shouldn't expect him to know what Snapchat is, but then maybe he shouldn't be running for president. I mean, I'm not saying the president needs to know Snapchat, but you know, at some point, is he with it enough to know what the people want or need? I mean,
That's a great question. And do people care about these gaffes? That's another question. But, dude, to the extent he's giving debate answers, like, these are all very prepped. Like, he knew that issue he wanted to hit about the underprivileged kids needing to hear
so someone couldn't tell him,
Right.
dude,
Like,
play your iPhone
Yes.
or put Audible on or something.
yes.
Yeah.
And then he'd score points for people who go, oh, shit, man.
Well,
Joe
this
knows
is-
what Audible is.
Right.
Even his team is fucking just dorks, though, because we've seen him try to be hip. Remember when he what was it? Was he coming off a gaff?
Yeah, he just told us a story about Corn Pop.
Yeah.
He's trying to be hip.
No, remember the latest one where he had a sport coat on and a nice shirt, and he's sitting at his whatever those fancy like in your library chairs are with the red leather or whatever,
Okay.
and he's sitting there and he's got his sport coat on and he's addressing Instagram. He's apologizing for something. It's like he's trying to compete with the AOCs who just kind of like haphazardly set a phone up. You get half their face in it as they're
okay.
cooking.
Yeah.
Remember that one we watched? And we're like, even
Yeah.
you know,
I
like
remember
roll up
Warren
the
doing
sleeve.
that. I'm going to pop a beer.
Honey, would you like a beer? I'm gonna have one. No. Maybe later, sweetheart.
By
Just
the way,
so fucking
think about that.
dumb.
In that video, no, maybe later. You know, couldn't they talk about it ahead of time and just say yes? You know what I mean? In a way, like he doesn't even have to drink it. Just say yeah. Like you're doing an Instagram video where you're trying to be like, oh, hey, I'm just cracking open a beer. Yeah, you want one, hun? Just say yes. And then who cares if you fucking don't drink it?
Yeah.
Like,
Don't even have to open it. Just walk off the screen.
be like,
cringy.
yeah, have her hand it to you and be like, hell yeah, and then just set it down and walk
How
away.
long
You
would
don't-
your wife play along with that? It's like so out of what you guys would normally do, and now you've got some fucking guy that's running your campaign going, "Hey, Jay, we're getting murdered here by these youngsters, man. They're doing all these Instagram videos. How about you and Gab set up in the kitchen? Gab would be like, no. Leave me out of whatever's coming next. No. I'm not going to have Jay turn to me and go, I think I'm going to have a beer. Honey, would you like one? No.
Yeah. Comes off as very planned. Just doesn't.
Awful. Brett Kavanaugh under fire again?
Yeah.
Our Supreme Court Justice? They can't take him off the bench, can they?
I mean, this sounds like what New York Times reporters are writing a book about the whole thing, right? The whole
Something like
Kavanaugh
that.
incident.
Yeah, some memoir.
So this is just the candidates, the Democratic candidates, jumping on this, right? As a opportunistic time. Oh yeah, Brett Kavanaugh. Look at this. Yeah, this wasn't investigated. That was a farce. The whole investigation of Brett Kavanaugh. He should be impeached.
Can
It's
you
just
impeach
kind of like,
a Supreme Court judge?
Yeah, I guess it's been done once in the 1800s.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know what that guy did?
Well,
Did he
I mean,
get his razor
don't.
blade out and bang on
His straight razor.
his straight razor?
I mean, there has to be something, right? Like, I mean, if they,
Yeah.
I mean,
One
they
of
cannot
the-
just be, they can't murder somebody. Well, lifetime appointment.
Well, one of his male classmates from Yale has alleged that he saw friends of Brett Kavanaugh's push his penis into the hand of a female student at a drunken party in the 80s. What does that even mean?
I don't even
So,
know.
so Kavanaugh's got his panus out at the party,
And then a friend runs over and pushes the panus into someone.
into someone's
How
hand.
big is this panus?
How much time did they have? Was this an open hand, like a candy dish?
A lot of questions.
A lot of questions. This is an account by classmate Max Steyer. Friends allegedly pushed his panus into a female student's hand at a dorm party. Steer told senators and the FBI about this, but the Bureau did not investigate. This, according to the New York Times. Why would they not investigate that? Of all the investigations we've all heard that they do, they leave that absurd story about spiking the punch and then gang raping chicks at parties every other week. They investigated that shit. But this, they decide, nah, whatever.
The one
Let
that sounds
go.
most believable, right?
Yeah. So the claim is similar to the allegation made by Deborah Ramirez, who was not asked to testify at Kavanaugh's confirmation hearings. Another thing they just didn't want him to lose. So don't ask her to testify.
Fix was in.
She was, however, interviewed by the FBI. Ramirez claimed that Kavanaugh exposed his panus to her and thrust it in her face at a dorm party, forcing her to touch it while they were both students at Yale. Have you ever thrust your panus into an unwanting female's face?
For the record, I have not.
I'm going to go on record and say I have not either.
Jesus.
No.
Reporters Robin Pograbin and Kate Kelly wrote, during his Senate testimony, Mr. Kavanaugh said that if the incident Ms. Ramirez described had occurred, it would have been the talk of campus. Our reporting suggests that it was. I would think if that was true, that if it really was the talk of the campus,
Someone would have come forward.
somebody would
right?
have said
Would
more.
yeah.
You know,
It would seem so.
they're pretty smart at Yale, right? People that go to Yale.
That's what I've heard.
I've heard that too. It's not something they're just going to all willy-nilly, totally forget, something like that. I mean, you're talking about a kid that kept a calendar of every day of his life for decades. Mm-hmm. You would think he wouldn't be the only one. You know, that there would be an entry in someone's thing like, oh, the night Kavanaugh put his panus in this chick's face, forced her to touch it. Julie Swetnick was the third woman to accuse him of sexual misconduct. She initially claimed that Kavanaugh attended a party where a train of men, and I mean caboose, the whole works, just a train of men went off on her.
He was Avenatti's client, right?
Yes. She later said that he would spike the punch bowl and then they would just run this. I mean, you've sat at those trains where it's like ding 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 and it's like, is this train ever going to end? Where is the fucking caboose? I got places to be. Sounds like one of those trains.
Right.
Just went on for a mile. She later walked back the claims a bit, admitting that she can't say for certain that Kavanaugh was part of, aware of, or even witnessed the alleged sexual misconduct.
Right.
See, that's what we call due process in this country. That's due process. If we can't get those things in order, that's a real problem. She downgraded her claim about the punch bowl as well. She says she saw him buy the containers where the drinks were, but doesn't know if he tampered with them. That's kind of a key detail. So wait, he was at a party, and the table where the beverages were being presented, he was standing by there at one point, and you saw him? That's all the evidence I need, folks. I don't know
all I
about you
need.
guys, but how much more do we need?
Lock him up.
Yep. I mean,
No,
at
this
least get
is
his ass
this is
off
a
the
nerf
bench.
toss to the candidates. You know, candidates can go, yeah, impeach him as well as the president.
Yeah, throw them both on their keisters. New York Times has been forced to apologize. They're apologizing now for a tweet they made over the weekend.
I saw that.
Their opinion Twitter. You know, why do you have a New York Times opinion tweet? Either you're the New York Times or you're some dipshit with an opinion. You know what I mean? You want your opinion page in the paper. We need a New York Times opinion Twitter handle too. So the Saturday they said, having a panoose thrust in your face at a drunken dorm party may seem like harmless fun, but when Brett Kavanaugh did it to her,
Wait a minute.
Deborah
That was-
Ramirez says it
May it?
confirmed she did not belong at Yale in the first place.
They should be in trouble for that.
Yeah.
They are.
No, okay.
They deleted it and apologized. for
Okay,
it.
I'm like, it is?
Yeah. May seem like harmless fun. I was
But
thinking
it's
the same
really
thing.
not.
You know, you go up and you fucking slap some broad across the cheek with your dong.
Right, just hey,
harmless
good-
fun.
Good harmless fun here.
All in harmless fun. I want to know how big his dong is now. If he's whipping it around all willy-nilly at parties. Minutes after the paper issued a retraction, we have deleted an earlier tweet to this article that was poorly phrased. They later deleted that post as well, following further criticism.
They were just like, we're sorry for the whole thing.
We're just going to shut the fuck up now. We can't win. We deleted a previous tweet regarding this article. It was offensive, and we apologize. One Twitter user wrote, "This is such a profound lapse in judgment and common sense. Sexual assault isn't harmless fun. What in the hell is going on at the New York Times?"
Said a Twitter user.
Yeah. They don't. They used to go,
Yeah,
John at
Right.
fucking whatever. Now they just go one Twitter user followed by another Twitter user.
So one of 300 million said.
Some guy or chick or robot said
Right.
this.
Yeah, but another Twitter user, who I don't know who it is, but another one said, New York Times is now apologizing for their tweet and saying it was offensive, but I'm having a really hard time understanding how any decent human being could write a sentence like, having a penis thrust in your face at a drunken dorm party may seem like harmless fun. All caps, harmless fun. Yo, New York Times, did Brett Kavanaugh write this tweet? Oh my God, people need to just
Chill.
chill.
Be nice. Be
Go on a
genuinely
walk.
nice.
Go out on a walk.
Take a walk, everybody.
Did you see, we never got to it. I've got a string of judge stories here to do today. Remember the one, the Brock Turner judge?
Yeah.
Was it Aaron Persky?
Sounds right.
Does
Yeah,
that sound about right? He was fucking blown out.
yeah he was.
You know, he gave, and I think you were okay. Were you okay with that?
It was okay. I mean, it's got to be a pretty remarkable circumstance where you actually take a guy out who was voted in.
Yeah.
But that was really bad. Yeah, didn't he give him like 3 months or something?
6 months, but I think he served 2 or something.
Yeah.
Something like that. And yeah, that had the whole country's attention. And it really pissed a lot of people off because of the nature of it, the whole dumpster, even though we've been very clear, Jay.
It is the finest dumpster in the land.
Yeah, as far as like
Picturesque.
when you hear took her behind a dumpster and fingered her or whatever,
You're
they're
picturing
saying,
that brown dumpster juice all over the ground.
smell.
Sticky asphalt.
yes,
This had
gravel,
pines. I mean,
loose.
it was.
As far like I can think of much worse places to
Could have
be
been worse.
assaulted, and not only that, but you go to those behind those ones. You know how many guys have taken whizzes behind
Oh, yeah.
dumpsters? Like it's not just the brown juice; it's that one limp, flimsy, discarded piece of lettuce or half a tomato soaked in urine and that brown sauce.
Yes.
But dude, the one on the Stanford campus. I mean, not to take anything away from what Brock Turner did, awful.
I urge you all
Disgusting.
to DuckDuckGo it. It's. I think you'll agree with us.
If you do an image search on that particular dumpster, it's
Goddamn nice dumpster.
it's about as good a dumpster situation as you can get, right?
Yes.
So, a San Jose, California school district has decided to part ways with Judge Aaron Persky just a day after confirming they had hired him as a junior varsity girls tennis coach over the summer. So he can't be a judge no more.
Yeah.
Give
Given
him a
an-
lenient sentence to him.
Yeah. See, that's how he treats women, right? That's how he views women.
What?
Given lenient sentences, this guy who assaulted this woman. So
Yeah.
how can we trust him with these young girls?
It was his first job since Santa Clara County voters removed him from office for sentencing Turner to just 6 months in jail. Effective September 11th, 2019, Mr. Persky's employment with the district as JV girls tennis coach has ended. It's according to the district spokesperson. We believe this outcome is in the best interest of our students and school community.
Why?
Well,
Oh my gosh!
I've got literally
unless he knows nothing of tennis. Does he know nothing of tennis? We don't know.
Was he hired for his tennis skills or?
Or was he going to sentence potential assaulters of these girls? Because he's
school-
bad at that. He's bad at that. We can
Yeah,
agree.
well, if these girls get on the
all
tennis
of them,
team,
each one of them is assaulted, and he's asked to hand down a sentence. He's not the right person.
don't ask him to do that.
Don't ask him to do that. But his forehand.
Can he teach a good backhand shot? Can he get them to serve better than they were? Keep it in the line. No double faults. None of that nonsense. Knock that kind of malarkey off. Stop double faulting.
Stop. Stop.
But I
double
agree with you.
faulting.
If the whole JV tennis team gets raped for some reason behind dumpsters,
For God's sakes, don't
ask
ask
him.
him to sentence the perpetrator. Don't.
He's proven to not be great at that.
Awful at it.
But if he can teach a killer forehand,
well,
I mean, it seems like you're doing a disservice to these young girls. They lost out on a potentially great coach. Yeah, a school district spokeswoman told the Washington Post that Persky's connection to the Turner case was brought to our attention last week. So how much background did we do in the hiring process?
They hired a coach for high school tennis, and they're just like,
Don't they duck go someone's name when they apply
What
for
was
a
the
fucking
Hiring people
McDonald's
probably-
job?
the hiring people probably did, but this is probably a groundswell from parents.
What were his
They found out,
references?
Wait a second, is that guy?
But
And
dude,
they're like, oh fuck, yes, it's the guy, but he's a really good tennis coach.
he's a great tennis
Did you
coach.
see what he did? And then it's off. Then
Well,
it's,
but doesn't it say? I thought you said that they
What?
just found out that's who he was. Or
Yeah, but that was my point. It's like you can't even go get a job at Big Boy without them going, well, let's see what this
yeah,
guy's
what were his
all about."
references? What a poor reference check.
I mean, wouldn't they
I
just duck
guarantee
go
you-
his name
I
and
guarantee you they did, and he got hired, and it was
just thought-
fine. And it's
yeah.
the parents who are
Yeah.
bitching now.
Yeah.
That's how these things happen.
Right.
but then the school district spokeswoman going, well, it was brought to our attention.
Well, of course she's saying that now.
Well, I want to put her under oath. I think it was clear. I think it's the day he was hired, they knew exactly who they were
course they
fucking
did.
So what was your
hiring.
last job, sir?
It's not like he went to Canada and took a job as a JV fucking coach. He's in the same county.
Same county.
Right.
News of the ex-judge's new position sparked outrage.
They
online.
knew. They knew.
And throughout the local community. Several national media outlets ran stories about his coaching position on Wednesday, just what he needed. And it was after it was reported on Daily Mail. Nice job, Daily Mail. Daily Mail reported it, and the next day, the vans and media trucks pull up.
What a chaos.
End this man's life. He never works again. I thought we all agreed he never works again. California resident Nahaf Helvey started a Change.org petition calling for him to be fired. In less than 2 days, it received more than 1,000 signatures. Ooh.
Ooh.
Wow, a whole
500 per
1,000
day.
of them. By hiring Persky as the female, all caps, team's tennis coach, the school district are explicitly and ignorantly allowing rape culture to ensue.
There you go.
How? How? Did he do the rape? Like, if he was the rapist, if he's the one that took that chick behind the dumpster, again,
One of the finer
One of the
dumpsters
finer
you're gonna
dumpsters
find.
you'll ever see
It's
on
just a
planet Earth.
fact. It's a fact.
it is. Like,
I don't like the fact, but it's a fact.
I imagine the only way you're going to get a nicer dumpster is at the dumpster making factory when it comes off the line.
Yes.
Maybe that dumpster is a little bit cleaner.
Maybe.
But as far as like the setting goes with the pine needles and the park,
You'll find no better.
I would sit down at that dumpster with my back against it and read a book. Who needs a fucking redwood? Why would I go find a fucking redwood when I could just lean up against that and read a nice book?
It's a good point.
So
Listen, this is what Persky gets for being a judge in California. That state is crazy.
I know it is. As my grandpa used to say, yeah, California, land of fruits and nuts.
Did he make that one up?
I'm sure he did. Dude, I used to love it when I was a kid, though.
Yeah.
Ugh, California, land of fruits and nuts.
Dude, I'm telling you, I kind of said it before about some like the people like the Me Too people, but like we're just gonna need an island or something for anyone that's been. Because honestly, where is he going to
Yeah,
go get
where
a
are
job
these
now?
canceled people
Where-
going?
Where is he going to get a job
The
now?
island of
Is he-
misfit
does,
toys?
Does he not allowed to ever make money again? I mean, can he go to fucking man? Can he go to Walmart and be a greeter? Is it going to be? Oh
No way.
Whoa!
Do females go into Walmart?
Right.
Yes, they do.
Not as long as females are in there. He's now Walmart is cool with rape culture.
So we need to take a state or an island or something, and anybody that's done apparently anything.
I want to go to that island.
Right.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Right.
Because that island sounds way more fucking fun.
You want to be canceled?
Yeah, I want to be canceled.
You're canceled. That's a thing now. People
It
are
is.
just canceled.
Yes.
And it's not even TV. It could be anything. Literally anything.
Absolutely
You're
a
canceled.
thing.
Yeah.
Hey, does your money work as hard as you do? You will spend upwards of 45 years working to support your lifestyle, provide for your family, and set aside money for retirement. Let Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial help to make sure your money's working as hard as you are. Call today. Tell him you're a friend of the show for a no-cost, no-obligation consultation. Call 248-626-2000. Ask for Mark.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Look, I'm not going to pretend to know what the process is for a judge when he's ruling on something. You know what I mean? Like, but I imagine, Jay, it's not just the same for everything. There's circumstances
Very
that come
fact
in.
specific.
Yeah, well, fact specific, but then there's also circumstances that come into play, you know, and they're hired to be a judge and make a judgment call on something. Doesn't mean they always get it right. In fact, you said right away, this dude fucked up, man. This is way too. And the optics didn't look good anyways because he went to Stanford. This kid's a top swimmer at Stanford.
Yeah.
Like everything about that. And it was a pretty fucking heinous crime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Alcohol involved, whatever. But it's a really slippery slope. No offense to our Asian listeners. When you start talking about judging the guys hired that are put in that powerful position of making those judgment calls based on a lot of shit that we don't know.
Yeah, but if the constituents want to take him out, hey man, that's the game you're in. You
Okay.
know? You get voted in, you can get voted out.
Absolutely.
So that's not like a great precedent. You don't want this to happen every time there's a bad ruling, but it shouldn't happen every time there's a bad ruling because
Yeah.
you shouldn't be able to, muster enough support to get the dude out.
I feel like we go in all locked and loaded. We know some of the details, and people aren't sitting in the trial. They're not sitting in the courtroom, and I'm not trying to excuse this at all. But I think it sucks, man. It's like, okay, message was sent. He's not a fucking judge anymore. You took him off the bench.
Let him teach tennis.
He can teach tennis fucking twice a week for the JV team at his local high school. I mean, really, what are we saying? To E's point, can he be a Walmart greeter?
No.
Like, where does it end? What can he do? What, is he can't work anymore? Is that what we're saying? Like, I don't think he was going, boys will be boys. Fuck her. She deserved to be finger banged anyways behind a dumpster. No, I think he probably went in and made what he thought was a fairly fair ruling, whatever, taking into all the all the evidence and just, but it's a shit call. He made a shit call.
Yeah.
We see in the NFL. So that ref that blew the fucking PI call last year in the championship game, should he never work again?
Yes,
Ever.
in my opinion.
McDonald's?
Yeah, there's plenty of guys behind him.
Yeah. Okay.
Get a new one.
I just want to make sure we're all on this,
Yes,
all in
cancel
agreement
him.
here.
Cancel him.
Cancel him.
Cancel that ref.
I mean, I love Dave Chappelle doing that. He's like, yeah, man, this Me Too movement. He's like, I don't think I did anything, but we'll see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we're all standing back like, okay, I'm sure we all did.
Rules are changing. There might be something back there that now is against a rule.
Yeah. Wasn't against a rule then. Yeah. So we got one more judge story to get to. Suspended Long Island judge. And I don't know what he was suspended for.
This one didn't poop in a trash can like last week's.
No. What's wrong with our judges, man?
Odor in the court.
Odor in the court.
What was the other one?
Law and odor.
Law and Odor. She shit into a basket.
Yeah. Well, she double bagged it though.
She
So-
did, but she left a quarter-sized dollop
Well-
of shit on the ground. They brought in a hazmat team.
Odor in the court.
They yellow taped it off, and hazmat crews came in.
They did.
Coworkers talked about seeing her walking into the chamber with diarrhea running down her leg.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. She's making judgment calls. You gonna judge me,
Yeah.
lady? Well, this one's a new one. Friday, he pled guilty to sneaking into his neighbor's home and stealing panties from her clothes hamper.
God damn it. The urge is strong. The urge is strong. The shit dudes will do.
Why?
It's insane.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Just go to Walmart and buy some fucking.
No, not good enough. Already did that. Already did that.
that
You're so
years
far
ago,
down the
E.
line, E. The heinous shit that this man has done before this, it's just
Well,
not
then
working anymore.
Fucking go ask them even to.
No,
pay.
he's done that. Done that.
They're saying no.
And did you hear? There's a subtle distinction you guys needed to hear. He broke into her home and stole panties from her clothes hamper.
Oh, I heard that.
Yeah.
They're dirty. E.
Not
They're dirty.
Not her panty drawer.
the hamper.
Hamper.
God damn it.
God knows if she went jogging earlier in those. If she was on
Wants to smell it.
was that time of the month. Oh.
Sick fucker. And then this is a guy who's donning a black robe and sitting there as like a smug asshole.
Standing in judgment
That's
of
right.
all of us.
That's right.
Looking down from his powerful high seat above all of us.
Well, he's wearing used panties under that robe.
Robert Chicale, he's 50. He's got a long way to go, too. It's not like he's 87.
Oh, no.
Get away with it. I don't know what I was thinking.
A 50-year-old man.
Second-degree attempted burglary. Sounds like he burgled. I don't know that attempted is the right word.
Well, it does sound like he did, right?
Yeah.
He broke and entered.
So he was detained by police after he'd been knocking on neighbors' doors.
To see if they're home.
Yeah.
Okay, not home. I'm going in.
He is said to have just left the home of a different neighbor prior to arriving at the second neighbor's home. The first neighbor was identified as a 23-year-old former intern at the attorney's office where the judge used to work. So he'd been thinking about sniffing her panties for years.
Imagine the urge that must overtake a person
He's
to do
walking-
this shit. You're knocking on doors with Nest cameras and all that shit now. Like,
Yeah.
it is so risky, dude.
You get home and you just see, walking up the sidewalk and up your driveway, and all of a sudden that giant head gets right up to your
Yep.
Nest camera, looking around,
Anybody home?
peering in the window. there.
I'm going in.
Oh, my God.
So, police found that the judge had several pairs of panties stuffed down his suit jacket and raincoat when they apprehended him.
Shit.
Who the fuck wears a raincoat anymore?
A guy who wears a suit jacket burgling people.
For panties
Right?
out of the hamper. So they find several, and I mean several pairs of panties that he burgled, stuffed
All
in
dirty. All dirty.
his attorney, Michael Brown.
How'd that happen?
I don't know. His attorney, Michael Brown, claimed his client has changed. This happened Friday. But his client is a changed man.
It's a wake-up call, Mike. It's a wake-up call.
It's what he needed.
Got to hit rock bottom before you can make before you can make some really understand and make the changes.
Oh, His Honor. Do we think His Honor has hit rock bottom?
Yes. Yes.
We hope.
This is rock bottom. Being publicly smeared like this. I mean,
Oh, His
shit, man.
Honor.
His
Oh,
honor
His
was
Honor.
caught with used panties stuffed in his suit coat.
And his raincoat.
And he was wearing a raincoat.
Sure.
Would one of his peers be the judge? I wonder how that would. When a judge is in trouble, who judges him?
Sure.
Like just one of his.
Could go
like
before his peers. Why
Okay,
not?
so like a guy like 5 days before he could have been in the locker room just talking about this golf game
Yeah.
or something.
Oh,
and
yeah.
now he's
Hey, Bill, we still up
Larry.
for racquetball this weekend? You're up there at the stand. It's like, hey, Bill. Hey, Robert. Good to see you again. Yeah. How's that handicap? Still a 3. Yeah, still a 3 handicap. Anyway, we're not here to talk golf. Exhibit A, please. Wheel out a fucking table with panties all with numbers on them.
all dirty.
Filthy.
All dirty.
Even the girls in court are like, really? You took the ones. It was fucking. I was blotting that day. They're spotted.
Insult to injury. They're like, can we just take out that one pair right there?
One
Just
pair with spotting all over it. I didn't know I was starting that day.
spotted.
Can you at least turn them inside out or flip them over? We get it. Christ. So his attorney goes on. The judge accepted responsibility for his actions today. He has served the people of Suffolk County honorably for the last 26 years. As a legal aid attorney, town of Islip attorney, and district court judge, he has dealt with his mental illness issues in a proactive manner and is a better person for doing so. He admitted to entering the home on multiple occasions, so adding that he would leave abruptly in an effort to avoid getting caught. I went into the house to take the panties again, but left when I heard someone was home. The panties I had on me are from the other times I went into the house.
Think about when they're like, you're robbing a house for money. you know, it's not great, but like you can get behind, like you're like in your mind, you're
There's
like,
like
fuck,
maybe you're an opioid addict or something.
Yeah.
There's a biological drive to
Yeah.
this, right?
But, like,
You
you're in
know?
this
Not
house-
your proudest moment. You're desperate. You
Yes.
need the fucking money.
Right.
You
Yeah.
feel like you're going to explode.
Definitely.
Right? This dude just wants to whack off to stinky panties.
right, and you're
And
in that
sticky,
house,
that's key. It's
Yes.
key that they were out of the hamper and not the dresser.
and you're
you
just
know?
sitting in the house, and you got the panties, and like you have the door open.
Yeah.
Imagine what
Yes.
hits that fucking head, just like, oh
Dude,
shit, oh fucking shit.
And if you think about his day, like, it's a risk. He knocks on the door. A lot of times I won't answer the door. When I hear someone knock or ring the doorbell, it's like, ah! And I hide under the couch, like, are they gone yet? Are they gone yet?
But as discussed, you lock everything.
Right. But for him, if he goes and knocks, he's taking the risk that no one's home, okay? It's clear sailing. He goes into the house. He doesn't know.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't know because it could have been laundry day. And that could be an empty hamper.
That
Which
would
is a
suck for
dude,
him, right?
He's half hard. He gets to that hamper, opens it up as the blood is rushing to his fucking hard on, and it's empty. And then he hears that distinct whirling of the machine going
Worst
downstairs.
feeling in the world.
In the world. Now he's got to go hit another house.
But he's been a repeat offender to this one in particular. I mean, what a violation. If you're this woman, you find out this fucking asshole has been snooping through your laundry for years.
Dude, yeah, the panties I had on me are from the other times I went into the house. Times, plural.
Man.
yeah, Jay's right,
Dude,
too.
I would know. Like, I have enough manties to get through probably 2 straight weeks. If you took 2 pairs out and stole them, I would know.
Yeah.
I'd be like, man, I'm down a couple panties. Where'd they go? What's going on here? Who's stealing my underwear?
Panties.
And this he's got several pairs in his raincoat and in his sport coat. Several.
Yeah. No, chick panties are not cheap, man. You know,
No.
most. I mean, they're you got to be missing 7 or 8 pairs. You're wondering like, what the hell?
You would think that she would just be like, what the?
Yeah, that's gonna hit you in the pocketbook, right? E?
Yes,
for
God
sure.
Damn, it seems like I'm buying panties every other week.
Well, and Jay, you honestly, you said it, and it's like, I do think that's lost sometimes, and it's funny to make fun of this shit and stuff, but really for a person, like, we all go through our day, and, like, this girl, her whole, like, it really is going to affect her. Like, the fact that, like,
yeah.
some guy, she'll have major trust issues or just, like, the notion of, like, she's going to now go every night, make sure every door is locked,
Yeah,
make sure
man.
every fucking thing is closed, like the
Yeah,
windows or
that's
whatever,
awful.
just...
That's a very good point.
Well, Jay
That
made it, I
she's
just-
going to be forever now. That's not going to leave you.
No.
You'll forever be thinking about
Because this guy wanted to service his urge,
the pillar of the community.
his weird urge.
And it's not the homeless guy that broke in. You could get around that probably. You could be like, all right, he's desperate. He came in looking for a sandwich, stumbled on the panty hamper, and I couldn't help himself. Whatever. But the fucking judge who you used to intern for,
Man.
with these people.
Hey, if you suffered a traumatic accident or injury, don't call the billboard or TV attorneys. Your first call should be to Ogden Legal Triage. Ogden Legal Triage will find you the right personal injury attorney for your case at no cost. They'll negotiate the best price, save you time, money, and hassle. Who better to help you find a lawyer but a lawyer? Ogden Legal Triage. For more information, this is key, go to firstcalldetroit.com. Firstcalldetroit.com.
We're getting our first look at Felicity Huffman's.
Yeah, she's headed to the Pokey, what, for 14 days, right?
Something like that. 2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get good behavior from that? So will she do like 7?
The Varsity Blues case?
Yes. Yeah.
No, I think something that short, you just got to see it through. I don't think she'll get out earlier
Yeah,
than
but Vince
14
Neil
days.
got 30 days and did 18.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
She won't be doing hard time when she spends 2 weeks behind bars. But they say it's not going to be some Hollywood glamour fucking either.
There's just going to be some county jail or something.
Yeah, it's
going-
turning herself into FCI Dublin.
Not going upstate or anything.
No, she's not going to prison. So I don't know. It's between the drunk tank and prison.
They'll keep her separate. They'll be afraid.
No.
She's going to get beat up.
General Pop.
Really?
But it's the bitches. What are they going to do? Cut her? Eat her box out? I mean, like, what are they going to do to her? She'll probably be super popular.
Totally. They'll probably
love.
love it. They'll know she's there for 2 weeks and they'll want to mine her for all sorts of Hollywood information,
There's some disturbing details in here, though.
Is that right?
Yeah, very. So she turns herself in October 25th. She's got a few weeks to go. She'll serve 14 days for her role in the college bribery scandal. Upon entry, she will be stripped, searched, and then she'll get a jumpsuit, 3 pairs of panties. They say underwear. Doesn't sound very sexy. They're probably not hot.
Oh, no. Just sensible polyester.
Tan.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not going to say like slut on the ass or anything like that. No.
No G-string.
Could you imagine they giving out thongs?
Lacy thong.
They'll give her edible panties.
Crotchless. No.
She'll get a hygiene kit with a comb, not a brush, a comb, deodorant, toothbrush, some crap toothpaste. They say the toothpaste sucks. Plus a roll of toilet paper. She better conserve her squares. Felicity gets 1 roll of toilet paper every other week, which in her case means the roll needs to last her entire 2-week stay.
Okay.
I don't know, there's a gallbladder. I couldn't last 2 days. Then what do I do? And they've got double wipe duty, right? Because they wipe the vagine when they whiz, and then they wipe the buttholio when
That's
they
what I've heard,
pooch,
yeah.
I guess, probably.
Right?
It's crazy down there. I'm not really sure.
Do you just
Whatever happens down there, just whatever.
There's all sorts of stuff going on.
yeah?
Just, they go in there and they do whatever they
Thumb
do.
over a garden hose. I guess you do have to wipe that up.
I think the play would be. Are you front to back? You're front.
You
to
gotta
back,
go
right?
front to back, man. Otherwise, you're risking infection, Mike.
Yeah. So if you go front to back, can she start at the vagine and use the same?
I guess.
So go
Sure.
from the pee hole to the buttocks hole.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she's going to run low on TP.
Yes, that has to be the strategy.
And dude, if you think you can fucking fold over 4 pieces,
No.
you know she's gonna puncture it. She's gonna puncture it and end up sticking a finger in her butthole. I guarantee it. What do they do, dude? If at day 3 she goes, I don't know, there's a gallbladder. I'm out of TP. They go, well, I guess you don't get to shit for the next 12 days.
I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I want to know. What do they do? Can't she go? Don't they have a what do they call that in jail where you can, like get your money and use it to buy upgrades on
Sure.
things?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Yeah.
Commissary?
Yes.
Is
there
that
you
what
go.
it's called?
Yeah.
Don't you think she could load like $1 million into her commissary and like buy her way out of everything?
That's a good point.
Buy snacks galore. So she'll be required to make her bed by 6:30 a.m. every
Make their
weekday
bed?
morning. Yeah, well,
Wow.
the maids in jail suck.
No, I don't even know why they have to. Never mind. But
Yeah, why do they care? I guess it's just
So
about
discipline.
Yeah. So she's required to make her bed by 6:30 a.m. every weekday morning. On the weekends, she'll have to straighten up her prison cot by 10 a.m. No maids.
why does it make it? If you're in jail, what does it matter the distinction between the weekend and the weekday? Like, oh, it's Saturday, so you get to sleep in.
a little bit.
For what?
I don't know.
And what do? Beat her up if she doesn't have her bed made?
I mean, she was up late on Friday night, so she gets to sleep in on Saturday.
By the way, this prison does allow sunbathing. Yeah, so she's allowed to. She can go out on the sun decks. Most of her time will be spent inside, but they do allow sunbathing. She's allowed on the sun decks from 4 p.m. Friday until 8:30 p.m. Sunday. That is some shit tanning hours.
Yeah, you're right.
4 p.m.
It's bad.
You can't even establish a base tan from
I don't think so.
4 o'clock on, right?
She did the right thing, though, man, by doing this. Because what's her name is going to stretch this out, her and Massimo, right?
Yeah.
And she's going
Lori
to
Loughlin.
end up getting a couple months, right?
Right.
I don't know.
Felicity's just like, rip off the Band-Aid. Be done with it.
Yeah, 2 weeks, it's over. We're on with our life.
Dead to rights, they
she-
caught me.
Her statement that she issued, I thought was really good. It seemed genuine.
Yeah.
And like,
Yep.
I fucked up. I'll do
Yeah.
my time, blah, blah, blah. Let's get it over with. Felicity will sit down for lunch from 11:30 to 12:30 every day, but she can't leave the mess hall with anything more than a single piece of fruit. Doesn't sound like the end of the world. I mean,
14 days if you can't get
I
through
know,
this.
dude. I know. Seriously.
she will mix in with the rest of the prison population. The inmates have a common area complete with TVs, cards, board games. Dude, I want to go there. Every day I get to go tanning.
Right.
All I got to do is make my bed. I mean, that's not the end of the world.
Hang out
I
with a
wonder
bunch
when
of
they-
chicks and play cards.
Now,
Yeah.
you have to make your bed by 6:30, but does that mean you can't take a nap? Like, can you make your bed and sleep on top of it after
These are
that? Or
all great questions.
I wonder what
That
happens.
is a great question. Like, if they come in and they go, "Hey, it's 8:30. Your bed's a mess." It's like, yeah, I took another nap, man. It's kind of not a lot to do in here, so
I know. Like,
decided to take another nap. What's the deal? Well, make it again then. Fair to guess she'll be Miss Popular, and then they say, "Hear that? It's Lori Loughlin breathing a huge sigh of relief." What does that mean? What is TMZ saying? Hear that? That's Lori Loughlin breathing a huge sigh of relief.
I don't know.
What does one have to do with the other? I
I
thought.
don't know. Lori's fighting hers. She's
Yeah.
going to get punished harder if she's found guilty.
They said, as we reported, Felicity was sentenced Friday in what is clearly a spectacular loss for prosecutors. So they were expecting her to get much more time, I assume.
Yep, I guess.
That must mean that. I still am not totally sure what it has to do with Lori Loughlin's case because there was way more money involved, and they're fighting it.
Yeah.
Which
I'm pretty happy with 14 days. Like, I like that she's, I like that she's actually, I'd rather have her do 14 actual days than some bullshit of like, you know, community service
yeah.
or they get to go in like, some of those people get to go and remember, like, what was it, at night, like, or something? Like, they
check in, then
they
check
check in
out.
at, like, 8 o'clock at night, check out at 7 in the
Dude,
morning
Epstein
or something.
had a deal like that. Jeffrey Epstein had a deal where he could, like, check
Oh, yeah.
in at night for a couple hours and then work all day
yeah,
in
he
his
was allowed
office.
to leave.
Yeah.
He had
like,
to be back at like 6
beautiful.
o'clock at night.
Yeah, so I'm kind of with you, Isis. You
So
know,
14 actual days,
actually
you know,
serving some
okay.
time.
Good, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence with this one because I think, you know, we've all debated this back and forth. Like, jail to me is meant to, you know, rehab someone. They're a danger to society, and so we need to get them off the streets because they're a potential danger.
Is
to
it to
society.
rehab them or is it to get them off the streets?
Well,
which one is it, Mike?
I thought it was, well, we can't have this monster out on the streets in the regular population of society. They're too dangerous. So we need to put them in a cage and take them away. So this is like being grounded, I guess.
Yes, that's a big part of why you're incarcerated. Punish you for what you did. Take
Yeah.
away your liberty.
I think you could. I don't know, man. It costs a lot of money.
Of course it
a
does.
lot
Our
of
prison system, our criminal justice system is fucked. We're not rehabbing anybody in there. They're coming out way
no,
worse, of course.
for the most part.
Yes. But in this instance, you want her to be punished, right? So to East Point, throw her in the clink, man. That's the only way.
Yeah.
The only way is to take
You
away
don't
that
think-
chick's liberty. She's got all the money in the world. You know, she should not be given one of these glossy little bullshit
Yeah.
sentences where she goes into elementary schools and talks. No, man.
I guess.
Sit in jail.
I guess, but I
And
kind
I,
of look
honestly, I
at it.
respect her a little bit for pleading guilty and just facing the music.
Falling on the sword. Well, I do too, but I don't know, man. I think that if people are honest with themselves, the real reason it's satisfying to throw her ass in jail is because we assume that celebrities get special treatment, and they usually do. And so to see one get fucking hit, the public
Yeah,
outcry.
but she unquestionably did the crime.
Yeah, and I think most people would too if they can help their kids in some way and fucking write a check and get my kid into blah blah blah. I think a lot of people would do that if they're honest with themselves. I think parents go way out of their way to give their kid the slightest
Okay, but we're
of
talking about
advantages.
one instance where she was found to have done that,
Yep.
and she pleaded guilty. And you're saying still she shouldn't have her liberty taken just
think-
because other people would do it too?
Yeah, well, I'm thinking she should never work again then. I don't want to see another Hallmark fucking TV special. No, I think you could send the same message by having
don't.
TM.
I honestly don't.
You're probably right. I'm playing a little bit devil's advocate here. I'm trying to think it through, but you don't think seeing her on the side of the road picking up fucking cigarette butts and cans?
That'd be pretty good
it
too.
would be pretty
If it
dope,
was
wouldn't
real
Yeah.
community service. Okay,
Yeah, no,
if it
I'm
was
not talking
real-
about making a video and speaking to a fucking school.
Yeah, if it was
you
like
know.
her, you're right. If it was her going to like parks and like, yeah, picking up dead rats off the
There you
or
go.
whatever.
There you go.
Keep
Yeah.
going, E. Dead rats. What else?
I don't know what else.
Possums with their beady eyes.
I don't know, but I mean, real,
Yes,
actual,
a real punishment.
a real community
Like-
going in and picking up the fucking porter potties in the state park.
Porter
or something.
potties.
Yes.
Yes. E.
Oh, could you imagine her going into state parks,
go.
cleaning out porta
Yes.
potties?
That would be a
that's
punishment.
real. That's the
See,
key.
with that blue mask on, and TMZ would be there getting video footage of it.
Be great.
Like Artie Lang, when Artie got busted with fucking heroin again or whatever, and they had him doing garbage, and he's like riding on the garbage truck, and you
Wow.
know, and throwing garbage in there,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh my God, how humiliating!" He's like, "No, there's absolutely nothing humiliating about it. You know, I'm giving back to the community, blah blah blah. I'm doing my part." See if you can find that Artie Lang, garbage man. And there he is talking to him, and there's no shame in it. He's like, you know, I got to pay a debt to society, and I'm giving back. There's, you know.
While you DuckDuckGo that, Isis, get a 2-pack of MyPillow's premiums for $69.98. That's only $34.99 per pillow, which is the lowest price ever offered on podcast, radio, or TV. This offer is only available at MyPillow.com, and you must use promo code TDC.
Yeah, that one, that top one. Okay. I remember seeing this a couple months ago.
Oh man, noses are necessary, aren't
They
they?
so are.
What's up, Artie? How you doing, man? Doing all right.
Dude, that's a big lift right there. Isn't
Yeah.
there like a fucking arm that comes down and
Job throwing garbage. Good job.
I gotta
Honest,
satisfy the judge.
honest living.
Yeah, right.
Good to see you, Art.
Good people. You're gonna keep this quiet, right? I'm sure.
Absolutely.
All right.
I'm sure.
No one will ever know.
I love this.
Take care.
I've always kind of wanted to do that, though.
I know.
Jump on the back of
I
the
know.
garbage truck and then push the lever that smashes it all.
Is that guy kind of going a little wobbly and fast
yeah,
for
he
having
is.
Artie Lang on the back of
Yes.
it? Artie's not a seasoned garbage man.
Not that we know of. No, but dude, he shouldn't be lifting that, and that's a bad lift. Lifting the legs, Artie. Come on, you're gonna hurt your back.
Does he look like someone who's going to be a seasoned lifter?
No, but I thought these things. I mean, the guys who come through my sub, they have
yeah.
an automated arm.
Maybe
That-
they just didn't tell Artie about the arm.
Yeah, dude.
Because you're right. My garbage men don't lift the garbage anymore. They've got an arm that comes down, grabs the thing, and
As they should. That
throws it in
shit's
there.
heavy.
But see, that's, you can respect that. He's like,
Yeah.
yep, got to satisfy the judge. Honest work. Out here paying my debt to society.
Honestly,
Yeah.
this drive away again.
Yeah, Mike's
it's
right.
kind
He
of all-
takes off.
Take
Look at
care.
him. Bat out of hell.
Bad out of hell.
Floored it.
He's flooring it, and he's kind of looking
Yes.
at Artie hanging on for dear life.
Is he
like
trying
a-
to knock Artie into the woods over there? Newbie. We'll run him into the woods a little bit, see if he can hang on.
How weird would that be? You go out to your front porch, and it's like...
There's
wait,
Arthur.
that man's missing a nose. It couldn't possibly be the same one. Is that Artie fucking Lang collecting my garbage?
That'd be wild.
Would be wild. Anyway, did you see, lastly, before we get to some email, Jay, the Pittsburgh man, Pennsylvania man, blew up his home on his daughter's wedding
I
day
saw that,
in an
man.
apparent suicide? At least he didn't go on a rampage.
Yeah,
He could have easily, well, I don't know about easily. I think he had some mental health issues, but
sounds like it maybe.
yeah, you think?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that too. They didn't know. They're like, oh my God, where is he?
Just opened the gas line and just blew himself up in his house.
Yeah. Said
Wow.
it shook. Neighbors' houses.
Oh, I remember that one in
multiple-
Royal Oak, man. I felt that in Birmingham, miles and miles away.
No
Absolutely felt
shit.
it. I felt the windows on my office go.
Really?
Yeah, remember that thing? Like maybe
Yeah,
eight,
what was it?
8, 9, 10 years ago?
Were they making drugs or something? That's usually what
No,
happens.
no, no.
right?
It was just a guy. It was just a faulty line, I think, man. And the fucking house went kaboom. You remember this?
Yeah, I do. I'm trying to think like
Point is, that is I wouldn't give him credit for, taking only himself out. It should not be assumed that no one else is going to be harmed in an exploded house.
neighbors said they saw the homeowner standing outside of his house shortly before the explosion, and it tore through the structure about 2:30 in the afternoon on Saturday. For several hours, he remained missing. People were like, he's got to be here somewhere, and then they start rifling through all the stuff. Like,
Smithereenies.
yeah, well, we found him. The officials brought in heavy equipment to start sifting combs and everything. They just start sifting through all that stuff.
And meanwhile, his daughter's getting married.
Sure.
Going, where the hell's my dad? He's supposed to walk me down the aisle.
Yeah. This gentleman apparently had some personal issues, and we've had information from neighbors that would indicate that there's a great potential here that he would have blown up the house. Okay, well, then, this whole see something, say something shit ain't working. If neighbors are going, oh, tremendous potential. This
Something's
motherfucker.
going on over there.
This dude was going to blow up his house no matter what. Great potential. Okay, see something, say something.
Yeah, but then what are they going to do, man?
Yeah.
Like, who knows? So you complain about your crazy neighbor, and then your crazy neighbor gets mad that you complained. It's a tough situation with mental health. It really is.
It's kind of facetious in my statement going, yeah, exactly. What are you going to do? Until he blows up the house, he's just the crazy weirdo down the block. It looks like he may have been able to disconnect the gas light himself, and of course, it wouldn't take much but a spark to explode the entire house after
Or a
that.
smark.
Spark, yeah.
Smarks will work.
Yep. Many members of the victim's family were out of the house at wedding. It was the wedding day thing.
What an ass.
His daughter's wedding. So they
If you're
thankfully
gonna kill yourself, you already know you're gonna do it. You know you're gonna kill yourself. You don't need to wait till the next. Why can't you wait a day? It's
You think
like
she was like, "Oh my God, Daddy, it was my day. It was my day. This is so like you."
I have a feeling maybe he wasn't supposed to be at the wedding.
Yeah, I reckon.
You know what I mean? Like,
Maybe he wasn't invited.
yeah, the police said they'd been called to the house for domestic issues relating to mental illness in the past. We've been here before. We know who this gentleman is, and I'll leave it at that. Yeah, you don't want police making statements like that about you. Like, if police come over here, they can't go, oh, been here before. We know who this gentleman is.
Oh, but yet they can.
Probably. Residents were ordered to evacuate. The bomb squad's brought in. This son of a bitch, he took his cell phone and he put it on his windshield of his car in the driveway and then went inside and blew up. And they're like, what's up with that fucking cell phone on the windshield?
man.
I don't.
Just enough to make the robots come in and
Yeah.
the extra expenditure by the community,
which is
right?
kind of cool, honestly. If that robot's coming down the street,
Was he
in your
live
neighborhood.
streaming though? Was that his intent to live stream this shit?
I don't know. A bomb squad was brought in to investigate his car. He apparently left his cell phone on the vehicle's windshield, which is kind of odd, and so that troubles us. So one of the neighbors comes out, says,
Isn't it incumbent on you to live stream that shit if you're going to leave your cell phone out there? Right? Can we all agree? If you're going to pull this shit,
well, what if he was just absent-minded in that moment? He's got other shit on his mind.
All
He's got to
right.
disconnect the fucking gas line. He's got to
True.
find his lighter.
True enough.
You know, I mean,
Oops, where did I leave my phone? Oh yeah, on the
the
windshield
windshield,
of my
yeah.
car.
seems like an odd spot. Maybe he was leaning up against the car, set the phone down for a second, hoping that his daughter would call really quick and be like, nah, why don't you get your ass over here to the wedding?
We can only speculate.
Yeah. So neighbor goes out there about 60 to 90 seconds after getting out here. The house just collapsed in one large movement with a lot of sound to it. By that time, it was fully in flames. It went up in flames remarkably fast. I thought it would take longer to burn, but it was like a minute and a half. It was crazy. A home next to the blast site was also damaged. And this is terrible news. Neighbors said it had just been sold to a young family. That they were due to move in any day. Any day. It was move-in day.
It sucks, but it's just funny still.
So this new young family, they're getting their first home. You know, they've gone through all the process. Now they got to fucking deal with, you know.
When other people affect our lives.
Yeah.
My God.
But in their defense, nice job. The rest of you neighbors going, oh, yeah, no, you're going to love the neighborhood. It's great. You're not moving in next door to a nut job who probably would blow his house up.
It'll be great. It'll be great.
You're going to love it. So for them, this is great news. Yeah, they're going to have to go to a condo or something or a apartment, hotel for a few weeks.
Dude, it's great news for the seller. Think about that. You've closed on the house. Whew.
Yeah.
Just days before
God.
Nutbag blows it up.
I want to see what's in their disclosure sheet.
Yeah.
Do you have to?
You don't have to disclose a crazy neighbor.
You don't have to
right?
disclose your nut job fuckwad neighbor?
No.
Really?
You got water in the basement, you better tell, but
Why?
crazy neighbor?
Why? Mine had water in the basement. No one told me.
No
And
one
when I
told
tried
you?
to sue, they went, what are you going to do? Can't get blood out of a rock. The guy's broke as shit. You can keep paying me. I'll fight it for you. You'll win. You ain't getting shit, though. Nah, thanks. Great justice system.
Collectability, it's key.
All right, let's get to some email.
We do have some email,
What do we
Mike.
got, Jay?
Brett writes in, Walters.
Did you print that on a glossy?
It's glossy.
What is that?
know,
Is the nicest looking
It
email
really
I've ever
is.
seen
It's got a
printed.
sheen to it, doesn't it?
We need to get glossy paper.
Yeah.
That's
I know.
the fuck?
That's
Yeah.
next
Sweet
level.
Pie had the photo paper in the printer when I started printing. I went over there. I'm like, well,
Put
Brett.
in a photo of an email.
Yeah, Brett got a beautiful email here.
Wow, we should frame
Look at
that.
the shine off that.
Yeah,
That's
you're right. Put it-
spectacular.
place it in a nice frame in
Send
here.
it. We'll all sign it and send it to who? Brett.
Brett,
Brett,
yeah.
yeah.
Brett writes in, locking the door. Walters, you are not alone. I always lock the bathroom door.
Yes.
We talked about, who was this in relation to? Was it just us kicking the shit around? Like
No, we
we're-
were talking about someone, Antonio Brown.
Oh, that
who just
girl.
walked into the
Oh,
bathroom
right.
where the girl was changing or whatever. And I
Yeah,
like,
it was
who doesn't
alleged.
Lock the fucking door?
Right. And then we started talking. I'm like, I don't think I lock the door, and Isis, yeah, me too. And you're like, I always lock the door, no matter if I'm home alone or what.
Yeah, and that's when I lived completely alone for years and years and years. Like, dude, I will lock my bathroom door before my front door.
Well, let's see if you do this.
What are you
Walters,
doing in that bathroom?
Nothing. It's you know what it is. It's habit more than anything. Like when I close the door, I will lock my bedroom door and then my bathroom door.
What?
Dude? I do. I just close my door and my thumb just goes over the button, click, and then I walk into my bathroom and I close that.
Wow,
And lock.
that's deep, huh?
And it's not. I'm not doing anything nefarious. I'm not getting weird.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything
Okay,
creepy.
we'll take your word for it.
You're gonna have to, but dude, it's
Not
just
sniffing
habit.
the neighbor's panties.
Nope.
Got a fresh
Nah,
match.
I wouldn't want either of them.
No, nothing.
If I had some,
You do it.
no.
Right, chick? You would do it. No, Walters, you're not alone. I always lock the bathroom door if I'm taking a shit or showering. I do not want anyone walking in when I am in a vulnerable, defenseless state. I also open all the drawers next to the door so that in the event someone did bust the lock, I have another line of defense
I
holding
love
the
it.
door shut.
I'm gonna do
Gonna
that.
do that?
I
What's gonna
fucking
happen? Where
love
are
it.
These people.
don't
that's
know.
gonna-
I don't want to be
And
defenseless.
by the way, if someone's
Dude,
gonna
if I'm
bust in,
if I'm in this position,
You can
right?
do this, right? Stand. Boom.
Here's the position they're gonna find me in.
Twitter. tweet.
Tweet. Oh fuck! Hold on, man. Now I gotta
Wipe.
pull up a pant. You know,
No, man, you're
what-
up and you're at it. Boom.
is that
Elbow
lock
to
really
the
gonna
throat.
stop anything? In this situation?
No, in fact, most of these bathroom locks, can't you just take a little coat hanger in there and pop it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hence the need for the fucking drawer move. I love it.
Gosh, the vanity drawer move.
I love the drawer move. That's great.
Speaking of vanity, look at that email.
That's
Just
unbelievable.
popping. Yeah, we'll keep that for Brett.
Yeah.
Chris writes in, "Hey Jay and friends, let's talk about the Taiwanese song. Has anyone Shazammed it to find the artist yet?
we did. I thought.
It's hard to do on a phone while listening to the podcast. I figured you guys have it isolated. Let's figure this out already. Bye-bye. Let's
Mike
go
did. It
red
just
and blue.
was-
Crystal Palace for life.
It was all written in.
Taiwanese.
I think we tried to settle this as best we could. I mean, we went through this for weeks, man.
I think I'm comfortable saying the one that I heard.
You did the Shazam.
I did, or someone did and sent me a screenshot, and
Okay.
it's all in Taiwanese. You
Yeah.
can't. It's very hard to read.
Yeah.
But I think I'm comfortable saying the song that I was hearing was Aruba, Jamaica.
Okay.
Come on, pretty
That's the
mama.
best we could resolve.
I think that's what.
Yeah, we went through many, many songs, many iterations.
Do we still have it? So people know what the fuck we're talking about. Didn't you make it a drop on Jay's?
No.
No.
I feel like it was just more whimsical than that. There was a bouncy whimsy to it that was kind of an ELO.
I think we
Obla
never.
Di, Obla Da kind of thing.
Well, I think we never got on the same page because there was it was almost
Yeah.
like two songs in one when it went into a bridge or a chorus, whatever
Yep.
that was. I'm not sure. And I was definitely talking about the second.
I
half
was
of the
always
song.
working on the first one.
Yeah.
You were working on
Yep.
the second. Yeah.
So we just never got on the same. We weren't locked.
it was unfortunate, but it just we never came around.
Yeah.
So that's that.
So
Unless
yeah.
Isis can find it quickly. Got it, Isis?
You got to find the model that wiped out on stage.
Yeah, the Taiwanese model or movie star wipes out on stage.
Shit
And
went back and then forward.
behind that, they have this whimsical little song.
Mm-hmm. Great song.
In the meantime, Liz writes in, vegan rabbit killer. Market rabbits are absolutely a thing. I raised them during high school and I put a dent in my college tuition by selling them. Remember the giant rabbit that died on a plane recently? Yeah, I do remember
Yeah.
that little bun.
Yeah, poor guy.
Since it was a record holder, it likely would not have been dinner. But 2 2s and a 1 have it that it would have been making love like rabbits do and creating delicious offspring. Why else would people be breeding buns to be the size of a small dog if not to eat? That's a good point, Liz.
Hassenpfeffer?
Hassenpfeffer. Cook, where's my Hassenpfeffer? All right, Isis, we got the Taiwanese song.
Just a second, somewhere in this.
All right, one more hack at this, guys. One more hack.
I think it's like.
Mrs. Brown, you've got a lovely daughter. No?
Okay, now you
God damn it, this is going to be in my head all week.
I know. Here it comes. Here it comes.
Jamaica, come on, pretty mama, Bermuda, Key Largo, why don't we go to the Kokomo?
Yeah, I'm stuck on the
think-
first part.
Yeah, the first. It's troubling. Can you page mark that E or dump it down so that we always have we need to have that at the
I
ready.
feel like there will be reference to this at some point in the future, at least once.
Well, we've just sparked it too, so it's going to be top
Yes.
of mind for a lot of
People
people.
are like, no, dude, it's this.
This,
it's
it's
Tool. It's Megadeth. And then we
It's
can go,
dude.
no, it's not.
Dude, it's off Rust in Pieces, off Megadeth's album Rust in Pieces.
Ride the Lightning. No,
Countdown to Extinction,
it's
dude.
Not.
It's Countdown to Extinction, track 3. Everybody knows it.
Jordan writes in an anti-soccer email. All right, here you go, Mike. This is
He's going
for
after
you.
Tottenham.
A little bit. Premier League, Champions League, and non-league. Jay has put the word out for soccer detractors right in, so here I am. I've attempted several times at the behest of my friends and family to enjoy soccer. I don't.
Yeah.
Here is why. The gameplay is painfully slow. While there is no stoppage in play, the play development itself is far slower than other sports, and frankly, I don't see this, quote, flow or, quote, beauty that Jay sees. It's just running, says Jordan. The clock counts up, which is fine, until they add minutes. Why? I guess because 90 minutes of absolute boredom wasn't enough, so here's 5 more minutes of scoreless existence. The flopping, for me, every time I watch, I'm mildly invested in the game until 2 minutes in, When someone inevitably flops and soccer loses me, this stops play allows for a fake injury and imaginary spray, which speaks to a larger issue that the soccer community wholeheartedly embraces this as part of the game. For many Americans, we see flopping as confirmation that soccer players are just kids who grew up too soft to play a contact sport, tackle ball or hockey, and not athletic enough to play a true skill sport, basketball. Now, for the non-sport reasons. I won't object to any of those. That's
Yeah,
fine. If that's your view, Jordan, that's fine.
Well, I think you bring up interesting points, and you say that diving that you see is not,
Strategery.
and it's not all soccer. It's
Oh,
kind
right.
of like
It's,
the
a lot of South American teams do that more than anybody.
yeah.
And
I'll have to take your word for it.
and it won't be
but-
happening 2 minutes in. It's really a strategy, usually later in the game, or
to rest people.
to rest people and to get fouls against people so that the ref is more apt to call fouls in the future. You know, if you see this one guy beating up on the 11 all day long,
Yeah.
you know, and then the ref is going to be more prone to card that guy later.
So it's a bunch of tomfoolery.
little bit of tomfoolery, some wool is being pulled, perhaps.
Yeah.
Now, on to Jordan's non-sport reasons. People who enjoy soccer in the United States insist upon it in a way that is full of arrogance and smugness.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would.
Jay's "don't sleep on the beautiful game" statement just rings of a soccer is the viable replacement for the woes of any sport. It's not. To be fair, I'm only using Jay as an example. It's not a shot. It is indicative of the attitude soccer fans have. I'm glad that you enjoy the sport, but don't cram it down our throats like the broccoli we didn't want. Now, I want the record to be clear. I've been on the show, 5 years? And I have always said, look, I don't care if anybody else likes this sport. I like it. The reason it's come up in the last couple weeks is because you guys have been reciting the ills of tackle ball.
Yeah.
And I simply have brought it up like, hey,
Oh my God, when I was watching
there's
the
an
Lions-
alternative, man.
When I was watching the Lions game today, dude, I was just like, that game, ended at whatever, ended at 4-ish. Soccer game, dude, I went there on Saturday, 10 to 11:55. I was home by fucking 12:45.
The only thing that rivals it in
so
terms
awesome.
of a
And if
nice
it
little
was-
nugget is college basketball. 2 hours, dude.
Yeah, college basketball is
Great.
great.
Boom,
like that.
get it done.
Yep. But the problem, because I see what he's talking about, because you guys say that a lot, like, oh my God, the action doesn't stop, and it's like, well, it
Well,
doesn't stop, but action is a strong
No,
word.
well, here's the thing. If you don't appreciate it, like if you can't see that,
I appreciate
then,
the
no.
skill.
If
I get
if
it.
Jordan can't, if people don't understand it, that's fine. Then I, by all means, I'm not going to argue with you if you don't think that that's amazing what they're doing. But I think if anybody has played this, they'll understand. What a 30-yard just lofting pass to another guy, and that guy just brings it down like a feather.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
this
crazy.
shit is really hard to
Crazy
do.
talent doesn't make it more exciting as far like
Yeah,
here's,
dude,
here's what I look
like
at
the
soccer
color red.
as.
You like the color blue. I'm not going to argue with Jordan and say that he must like this. And
You read this email, so you've lit the match.
okay, go ahead. I didn't want to get into Jordan's every reason, but I will counter them if you want me to.
Well, I know I can't beat you in this discussion. It feels like where soccer is,
Who's playing the
Football.
six? I need some
Football.
context.
this football, where we are right now is like watching pro football from the 30s. You guys are in that 3 yards in a cloud of dust era, where I want to air it out. I want more fucking breakaways.
You're
you know what I
very
mean?
mistaken
No,
about
I'm not
that.
mistaken. I see a lot of fucking square balls and a lot of passing and a lot of chips and a lot of fucking running.
The game has never been better. What you don't realize is the entire team that's defending is shaping up to defend that offensive possession.
I
So
know.
you're like, why can't they score more? Because the entire team is trying to stop them from doing that. They've
Yeah,
shaped
but
to do it.
football, the entire defense is trying to stop them from scoring. It's still exciting football when you see a 50-yard bomb.
To each his own. To each his own. Dude, for you to say that we're in the infancy of football somehow, soccer, that's insane.
I feel like you need an innovative coach to come in there and
Holy
fucking come up
shit,
with a
man.
new style of offense that just goes, oh my God, this team came out of nowhere. We've got a whole new game now, and they're scoring. They're running people out of the league, 15-0. They're just dominating, and then I'll get involved when I'm seeing. But dude, let me be crystal clear. Crystal, the talent level it takes to do what you're talking about. Take a 30-yard pass.
How about a 60-yard pass?
A 10-yard pass for that matter, and drop that thing at your toe like a feather. As someone who's spent many years on the pitch, it's fucking impossible
Hidden at the
to
11.
do.
Go ahead. Sorry.
It's impossible to do. It is so hard to do. And these guys do it and make it look so effortless that it probably, to the lay, it probably goes right over the head. They take it for granted.
Yeah.
just how
Yeah.
fucking hard that is. Like, I challenge you to go outside, take a 40-yard pass from someone and stop it on a dime.
Yeah.
Try it. And that's with a round ball.
A round ball.
Try it.
And a foot-shaped foot.
Yes. But that doesn't mean...
Dude, I am never going to hammer someone to be and tell them they must like this, they must. This only came up because you guys are, again, preaching the ills of tackle ball. And I'm like, hey, check it out, man.
Here's what I will say, though. And I've got to try. I've got to pull the trigger and just try it. That's what I've got to do. Because here's what I know. I can get into the tournament watching the NCAA basketball tournament, and I can watch two teams I don't even know what state the schools are in. You know, where the fuck is Clemson? I don't even know where
Really? Oh my God, Mike. He doesn't know where Clemson
Example.
is. He doesn't know where Clemson is.
South Carolina. But you know,
South Carolina.
Clemson.
He just lied to us then when he said he didn't
What?
know.
What are you laughing at?
Well, you said you didn't know, and then you didn't know where Clemson was.
No, I
And
know,
then
but it comes up every year. Like, where's Grambling at?
Yeah,
Where's
I know.
Duke? What state is Duke in? You know what I mean? If it doesn't say Michigan, Virginia, you know, there's a lot of schools where people go, fuck, I don't even know where Clemson is. You know, that's the point. But my point is, I can still watch those teams, know nothing about them, and get into the game and be like, oh my God, did you see the end of that Vanderbilt fucking Clemson game last night? Holy shit, it was amazing. Can soccer do that to me? Can I flip on a game
Sounds
and
like
by
no.
the end of the game
Sounds like no.
be
You-
going, oh my God, dude, I have to watch that again next Saturday. That was amazing.
Sounds like
Maybe.
No, it sounds like you don't appreciate the nuances to it enough.
Probably not.
Yeah. And
I
you're
know
not
what they're,
gonna, you're
I
not
know
gonna
what they're
invest
doing.
enough time to realize it.
Well, I know enough about the game. I played the game for many years.
Yeah,
I
but-
understand the basics. It's still offsides and defense and offense.
Offside. Singular.
I understand it. It just seems like the net is so fucking big. They should be able to score around.
The entire team is shaping up to stop you from
the
scoring.
entire defense in hockey is trying to stop you too, and that's it's just a wisp.
Oh my gosh.
If these guys need to be more pinpoint accurate with their shots
Yeah.
in soccer.
We'll save the rest for tomorrow.
I just had to go out and frustrate Jay.
No, that's fine. Again, I've gone 5 years
I think I'm
now.
more frustrated than Jay is when people say about soccer, and
I-
I'm not even.
dude,
I don't even have the knowledge.
I fucking love it, and nobody else has to. Not a single other American has to, and,
Can I give
and that's
you-
fine. I just
keep
wanted to
trying
open
to extend-
a door for you. You know,
You keep taking it down like I don't get it or I don't want to or this and that. It's like, no, I fully get the game. I just have not been thrilled with the action that I'm watching. That's the whole thing. It's not that I'm too stupid to understand what they're doing. It's not that I don't respect them. I think the athletes are some of the finest tuned athletes on planet Earth.
when's the last time you've watched a game though?
I've caught here and there.
Yeah, but you gotta
And
sit
I
down and watch a game.
I see highlights, and sometimes I see highlights, and I'm like, how is that not number one on the top 10 plays? How does that fucking chick's dumb, stupid fucking lacrosse goal get number one? Really? That kick was amazing. Too far and few between. But that's my whole point. I need to watch it and just see if it can grab me like that. That's what I need to do.
Yes.
So
Or not.
We've gone long. We're not. I'm going to ask people next Saturday that are watching my Tottenham team. Let me know how we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Let me
taking
know
a
if we were
step,
good.
right? He's taking an affirmative step toward
I'm in.
supportership.
I'm not even taking
but
a step.
I don't think Mike is gonna.
The
full in.
I
thought
think this is
crossed
a-
my
I think
mind
this is
Saturday,
futile.
dude.
Yeah,
It
it's
did.
futile.
But I was like, am I really going to drive to Mercury Bar downtown?
If you're E, you're doing it. If you're you, no.
Yeah, but he'll do that for anything. He'll drive anywhere.
for anything. Oh, well,
No, you like doing shit is my
Yeah.
point. Jesus Christ, don't take offense. You like doing shit. You like going out and doing
Yeah.
shit. I don't.
yeah.
All right, let's call it a day. Soccer's pissed the room off again. Jesus.
I'm not mad.
I'm not mad either. You're the only one mad. Mike's the only one mad.
No, I don't like your. It's the fucking hoity-toity. Well, you don't get it. It's kind of the smugness about you guys. Like
what
I don't
Jordan
understand
referenced.
it. All right, let's get out of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.